Hi guys, Rusty Dog here. Welcome to Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Excuse me, I'm getting a little bit gassy here. Um, so, you might be familiar with this screen. We haven't seen it for a little while, but it is Flight Sim 2020, as people like to call it. And I'm kind of being forced into calling it now 2020 because don't want it mixed up with 2024. So otherwise, I was against calling it 2020 because it actually didn't have that in the title and people were talking like it was. But now that there's two of them and we need to discern between one and the other, it kind of makes sense to do that now. So yeah, this is where we are. Yeah, so I want to do a flight. The reason we're in this, by the way, is because PMDG still haven't done, or still haven't completed the 737 fleet for Flight Sim 2024, and I really miss flying that plane. So I wanted to get back into it. It's been a while. It's I don't think I've flown it since Flight Sim 24 came out. So I miss it and I want to do it. I haven't figured out where I'm going to fly to and from yet, but I'm kind of edging towards Wodge. I'm heading towards a night flight, maybe. Let's take a look at the world map right now. And we've got the Unibil's A350 set up here, which great plane. Again, I was tempted to fly this one, but I would, if I was to fly this one today, I would kind of have to learn it as I go because I haven't done a flight with it yet. It's not a cheap plane either, but I haven't flown it yet. So it is going to be the 737 that we're going to fly today. So let's get that up. And I want it to be the 800, which is that's the smallest one, the 6, and then the 7 is kind of your small medium. And then we got this one. Now, because I don't know where I'm flying it from or to yet, I don't know what livery to put on it. But let's at least get the plane selected so we can get some more accurate figures. Okay, so Europe is in the dock, as is Australia, all the way around to Australia. So that hemisphere is, why is it a hemisphere and not a semisphere? So it's kind of Brazil, South America, those places, and North America, Canada. That is in the daylight at the moment. Maybe Canada would be cool. I haven't done a Canada one for a while. I'm looking for something anywhere around 1.5, or maybe 1 hour 20, 1 hour 15. Let's say 1 hour 15 to 2 hour flight. And if we go North Canada, perhaps we can pick up some snow. Calgary, well, that's very famous for its snow, isn't it? I do like picking flights that are on near the American border to do flights from, like this is America because it begins with a K, right? It's an American flight. So I like picking ones where we can fly from Canada to the US. They're always good ones. So let's have a look at Calgary. Let's just set that as a departure for now. And then we've got Boise. No wonder it's so cold at Boise. I've heard a lot about Boise being cold. It's right next to Canada. Okay. Municipal airports. I don't know. We've got Salt Lake City. I haven't flown into Salt Lake for a while. How long's that flight? Does it tell me? It does. Oh, hour and 26. Okay. And the local time there is 13:40, so it's kind of just gone lunchtime, I suppose. All right. So should we fly Air Canada then? I think I have a Canadian airline livery for this. Calgary to Salt Lake City. What do you guys think? Let's do that. So let's go to liveries. Oh, there's an Air Canada one. I've actually got a couple. This is a 2005. Does that mean it's out of date? Probably. Does that mean this is more in date? I don't know. I like this one. I like the look of that one. But yeah, let's do this one. It took me about 20 minutes to get this thing loaded up initially, because I had to do updates, and then I had to quit the game because there was a new air rack cycle that I had to update, so I've done that. Okay, so I'm going to note this down right now, just quickly on my notepad. I only need the two airport codes, so it's CYYC and KSLC, of course. K is the ICAO code for the United States. Not quite sure why they were assigned K. There's obviously some reasoning to it, but the SLC is obvious, right? Salt Lake City. Then you have Calgary, which is YYC. Why Calgary? Yeah. So we need to get rid of this now. We can't have this. So let's go back to Calgary, zoom in, and decide where our plane's going to take off from. Now it's a 700, a 737-800. So I'm going to need, I don't know if it's a medium or a large. I think we can get away with medium if there is any. We've got, oh, okay, we got one. Gate 95 is a medium. That happens to be there. What we'll do is we can adjust our position if we need to. So let's just pop in. And as that's loading up, let's go to SimBrief. And, oh, that's a nice background, isn't it? Let's go to SimBrief and plop the flight in. So we're flying Canadian Airlines. So I'm just going to put CAN in there. My number is going to be 2627. Departing from... Yeah, I'm departing from Canada, aren't I? Going into the United States as opposed to taking off from Salt Lake City and flying into Calgary. Is that the way around I want to do it? I think so. Yeah, why not? Yeah, so it'll be a nice... Is it classed as international flight if you're going from Canada to North America? Or is it still classed as a national? Because it's two different nations, isn't it? Well, it is for now. I don't know. Does it class as international? Right. So now we want the B738 on here. I think it is 738. Yeah, there we go. And we want the PMDG. You guys can't see this, but I've been offering. I am being offered first class config, economy config. So economy config is basically, it's the same class of seats throughout the entire plane. The first class config means that we have a first class and a second class separated, so less people. I'm going to do first class config so that there's two separate seatings, and we'll have to make sure when we get into the plane that we set that up. Because if the plane is set to single class only instead of dual class, it's going to load too many passengers, and these numbers that SimBrief are going to generate is going to be all wrong. So the block time is 2 hours and 10 minutes. That includes the taxiing from the gate to the runway, and takeoff and landing and taxiing to the gate. That includes all of that. So that's okay. It means the flight time is going to be a bit less. These are the active runways. And let's generate the flight. I'm happy with that. Let's go. I'm not sure. I don't think I've got here units kilos, but I don't think the US uses kilos. I'm not sure about Canada. Don't know if Canada's using metric or not. But I know the US doesn't. But it doesn't matter because... yeah. All right, so this is our flight. Looks like a fairly straight line going through Idaho there, Montana, and into Salt Lake here, which is in Utah. Yes, I knew that. Apparently it's written there, and I knew it anyway. Salt Lake City, Utah. All right, so 35,000 feet is what we've been assigned. The flight time will be 1 hour and 35 minutes. That's nice. That's a good time. 147 passengers, and we do have a star going in to the airport. We don't have a SID going out. It's just direct to Ubval. I haven't been able to pick flights with SIDs lately, which is the standard instrument departure. It's kind of a little bit of it's a flight plan that goes between takeoff and the first waypoint here. It doesn't exist, so we just have to fly straight to the first waypoint, which is there, this one. And then we've got top of climb here and top of descent here. And Salt Lake City, I guess this must be Salt Lake, right? Okay, so we generated that. So let's get back to the sim, which is ready for us. Okay. So there's no other planes here at the airport yet. We need to inject those with Beyond ATC, so we will be doing that. Hopefully it's not going to produce any problems, since I haven't really done it with Flight Sim 2020 for a while. I don't recall the Air Canada being written on the side of Air Canada liveries in that big font. Has it always been that big? The tail is familiar, but I'm sure that was smaller. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Oh, what's this? What's this? Have we crashed? No. Oh my God. I had this trail as I moved my mouse. It was all black squares. Okay. Wow. Welcome back, Boeing. Jesus, it's been a while. I missed you. Can I remember how to fly you? I don't know. Right, I'll be taking you guys through all of the things you need to see as we go through them, including, I'll bring up Beyond ATC as well if I can. 1 second. Diggity-dum, diggity-dum, diggity-dum. Is there any? Okay, it's downloading an update. So we're currently on 1.643 version. Let's see what the new version is going to be. I'll just get it on screen for you guys now. I want you guys to see everything that I see. Okay, so we've just gone from, oops, of course it's gone black because it needs to do an install. Bear with me, guys. Yeah, I'm doing this straight from the beginning. Normally I would have all this planned out and then start the stream, but I thought I'll do it this way, so you guys can see what's going on. Let me just get you back to Flight Sim while Beyond ATC is installing 1644. Yeah, it's become very good, this Beyond ATC now. You can talk to it very casually. It's got the LLM, which is the large language. I can't remember what the M stands for. Matrix, no. Large language machine, is it? I don't know. Yeah, basically it's an AI thing where you can just talk to it and say, ask it casual questions, and it will respond. But it really does advise you to stay on topic of airlines, like not just say what's your favorite color and stuff like that. Okay, so we can now. I'm not going to press fly yet. Oh yeah, I can. I've generated the sim brief. Normally, once you don't press this until you generate sim brief. So as you can see, it loads up the airports now. It's loading up Calgary, Salt Lake, and it'll start injecting the aircraft into the sim, I hope. I think I can put this on, if I can find, there it is. I think I can put this on my live stream. So let me just whiz back. I did have a window to do this. Right, well I've got MISC window here. Okay, bear with me, guys. We're live, right? We're live, so this is why we're getting like this. Okay, so I'm gonna have to create a new one. So I'm gonna create a new window and call it Beyond A TC, and then we'll just get that in a small window. Oh, it's done it already. That's cool. How did it know? All right. Yeah, it made the window that size. Hey, third dimensional. Do I have my pilot's licenses in real time? No, I don't. I don't. I'm too scared to fly. Yeah, too scared to fly, guys. All right, so first thing we need to do in Beyond ATC is let's take auto respond off. Oh, this is my call sign, Goba Air. Jesus, where do they come up with these? And you can't change it either. So the first thing I need to do is tune into the ATIS, which is here. But because that's going to be a pain in the rear thrusters to listen to, let's not tune into that yet until we start the plane up, because we are cold and dark at the moment. So I'm going to just remove this window. Let me just pop out of studio mode. I'm going to remove the window for a moment. Right, so let's get the plane, at least let's turn the key and get started. So do we have other planes here? Has it injected in? Oh, it has. What plane is that? Okay. Yeah, look how smaller it is. Is that a 600? Yeah, so there we go. It's injected the planes in. Do we have wheels on those planes? We do. Lovely. See, it still looks good, even it's probably not as good lighting-wise compared to Flight Sim 24, surely, but it's still looking good, isn't it? And I think it might be a bit more favorable on my frame rates. Although, to be fair, Flight Sim 24 is a lot more optimized than I thought it was going to be. So they did a good job there. Right, if I can remember how to do it, guys. Oops, I don't even remember where there we go, screen number 6. All right, so if I can remember how to fly this, because you have to keep doing it, otherwise. Right, I'm looking for the Airbus batteries, which are not here. It's this one. So you flick this switch down, but actually what you do is you just close the cover, and when the cover closes, when the cover closes, it will flick the switch on in the right place, and so will the emergency exit lights as well. Right, ground power, which will get the air conditioning going. Lovely. All right, so what else do we need to switch on at the moment? Yes, navigation. Well done. Without that, we're screwed, and I'm just going to turn this switch to a heading. Okay, so for now I'm going to turn on the wing lights. I always do. The wheel well light, probably don't need that right now, just blind anybody who's in front of the plane. The strobe is on standby. That's okay, we'll leave it there. The aft fuel pump, the single one, we don't need to put that on yet. Now, the flaps go into the up position here, but the yaw damper should go into the on position, but sometimes when the plane isn't properly powered up, this switch has got a tendency to flick back up into the off position. So I have to make sure to keep my eye on that. Yeah, so the yaw damper is just exactly what it says, really, and there's even a little dial for it, if I've got the plane configured right. Oh, maybe I don't. Okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. The yaw damper. I'm going to get a little guide to it there. Okay, so our things are powering up. This is not... Okay, so remember when we set up SimBrief, we set it up as a twin class seating where we have first class and economy, so we need to do that here. So aircraft, I think it's in equipment, and this is where we can choose all of our, right, so the MCP is basically the autopilot things. If I switch it, watch what happens. You see, goes to the oldest, I think this is the older style. You can see the buttons and everything, very, very different. I actually prefer the Collins style, the newer one. We just need, which screen is it now? These are for all the different call outs. So this is as we're landing, and it calls out 2,500, 500. And then I've got the 400, 300 turned off. It doesn't call the altitude out again on descent until we get to 50, 40, 30. Some people actually miss out the 40 as well. So terrain in peaks mode, water in cyan. Where is the twin? Okay, so this is all to do the HGS. I can actually turn that off. I don't really use it. It's the thing, I'll show you now what it is. Here we go. Oh, it's already set to 2 class. Okay, so we do have first class and economy, so that's good. We don't have to change it. All right, awesome. Let's go back to the menu and go into the main plane. Hey, Memphis Bellend, how you doing? 07. Right, let's tell the plane where our position is. So we are at Calgary Airport. I don't know why, I thought maybe at Calgary we might get some snow here. It's going to be low temperature, I would imagine. And gate was 95, right? I'm going to just confirm that in GSX, but it is 95. Okay, let's see if it will accept that. See if the database is correct. No, it doesn't. So because now, if you put the gate in and everything is configured properly, it'll give you the exact coordinate position of you at this airport at that gate. Right, because obviously this isn't our position exactly, because that's the airport position, not the plane's position. So if we don't have a gate to work this out from, we can only go by what the GPS has figured out, which is this. So we're going to have to copy that and paste it into there, because that's all we've got to go on, unfortunately. Right, so yeah, no gate. Weird. Now the flight number is, this doesn't get referenced, so you don't really have to put this in. So CAN 2627. I always use 2627 because 1926 was the year my father was born, and 1927 was the year my mother was born. Simple as that. Right, we can get rid of this and do a flight plan request and load in. Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. Okay, I think because we have to load it in here first. Live on different planets? It depends. Anything's better than this one at the moment. Alright, so there's the flight. And we'll load up the weather. So what is the temperature here today? Whoa, okay, so this here, you can see it says 5 degrees. Tonight, -12. Wow. And what about in Salt Lake? So Salt Lake, we have 10 degrees going to 2 degrees dew point. This is the dew point. It's going to be, that's the kind of the temperature overnight. So air pressure here today is reported at 2970. So we're going to have to confirm that with ATIS to make sure. So 40 statute miles is the visibility. Right? That's 40. I thought they just reported 9999 when it was over anything over 10. Wow, okay. Wind looks okay. It's gusting at 17 knots. That's not too bad. Scattered clouds, broken. And yeah, nothing major, nothing to worry about there. Okay, so now we've got the flight into here. Now we can pop it into here. Now the reason it keeps saying that is because it keeps putting this in the bloody scratch pad. Let's go again. And there it is. That's what we want. Okay. So I'm going to do set payload so that the weights are correct and set the fuel. Now the fuel is here. As you can see, it's got way too much. So as I click set fuel, those 3 dials should put the correct fuel in. There we go. So nothing in the center tanks. So we do not need to turn on the center tank fuel pumps. We won't need those. So 6.4 tons of fuel, which if you add those 2 up, comes to roughly that, doesn't it? All right, lovely. Okay, so the next thing then is the route. You'd think we were going to there, don't you? But we don't. Oh, runway. Well, okay. So we've been assigned runway 35 right. We've been assigned 35 right. So let's pop that in. So this is still loading up, actually. Okay. Let's wait for that. Oops. That kind of just jumped. Okay, so that's done now. Activate and execute. All right. So wind information. Yeah, okay. We have to put this in again for some reason. Okay, so that's now it puts the map up on there now where it is. Okay, there we go. So that's where we are in relation to runway 35 right, which looks like we're really close to it, but that might have something to do with this. I don't know. Are we pacing it? Is it to our left? Is it? Oh yeah, there it is. Must be. All right, let's bring the comms to life then, shall we? So what we'll do is we'll get onto the ATIS and we'll have to listen to what they're going to say.
Landing and departing runways 35 left, 35 right, 29er.
Okay, so 35 right is a departing runway.
Advise on initial contact you have information Romeo.
Romeo, okay, Romeo. I want air pressure now.
Calgary Airport information Romeo.
Are you guys seeing anything? Yeah.
Zulu. Wind tree 15 at 7, gust 17. Visibility 40. Scattered at 6,100.
So we're looking at here.
Broken.
This is what we need to change.
Dew point -12. Altimeter 2970. VFR conditions. Landing and departing runways 35 left, 35 right.
Did she say the air pressure and I missed it?
Transition level 180. Advise on initial contact you have information Romeo.
Yeah. Pressure? Pressure, please.
Calgary Airport information Romeo. 19er for 9er Zulu. Wind tree 15 at 7, gust 17. Visibility 40. Scattered at 6,100. Ceiling 25,000 broken.
2970.
05.
Come on.
Dew point -12. Altimeter 2970.
2970. She did say it. I just wasn't paying attention.
Departing runways 35 left, 35 right, 29er.
Okay, so what we can do now is because we've got all the information we need, we can now tune into clearance.
Jazz 422, ready for airways to Fort McMurray.
So we're going to get all of these stuff now. So the next thing we do is request IFR clearance.
Delivery. Expect runway 29er. Climb 10,000 feet on runway.
So I think what I'm going to do is just reduce the volume a little bit.
Squawk 3453.
Can we do that in the plane?
Expect runway 29er. Climb 10,000 feet.
Is this the volume?
Center line. Then expect radar vectors Dudney.
No.
Squawk tree for 5 tree. Jazz 422.
Where do you change the volume on this?
Read back correct. Contact ground 125.35 when ready for start or taxi.
Can you change the volume? I don't know. I can do it in the thing.
125.3.
A lot of traffic here.
For start or taxi.
Let me do it in the program.
Thanks.
So the next thing we'll be doing is requesting IFR clearance, which we don't need to do yet. All right, lovely. So far so good. Let's get rid of the caution. So 2970 was the air pressure. We've got 2992. So let's twiddle this knob and get it down to 2970. And on this plane it does do both sides at the same time. So this one is adjusted as well. There's another knob on this side to do it, but it actually does do both. And also let's make sure the standard instruments is also set. And it does that as well. The Airbus doesn't. We have to do them all separately. And this gives us our current altitude above sea level. We are 3,560 feet above sea level. This is not obviously above the ground. Yeah. Okay, cool. What's next then, Rusty? I am really getting back used to flying this again. So the performance tool, we've got takeoff. We're going to have to figure that out and get that set. I think the mass and everything that the plane has is already done, right? It's already, well, the plane's already set, let's put it that way. Ugh, what's this? Oh, you want me to authenticate Navigraph? Oh, boy. Alright guys, I don't know what information this is going to show right now, so it might show personal details, I don't know. So I'm just going to blank it off while I scan this code. It's probably not going to show anything, but just in case. I don't think it does. Right, so I'm going to sign in with Navigraph on my phone. Honestly, you really need your phone with you when you're at your PC these days, just for all of this stuff. I think it's just going to do it automatically. There we go. Right. I don't know what that's done, but there we go. Anyway, right, let's carry on. So back up to should we start getting the passengers loaded, and then we'll start doing the flight information and stuff, the flight plan. I think we should get the passengers loaded. Now this doesn't have full integration with GSX or anything like that, so we're going to do it from here. And request boarding. Fueling we could do, but we've already got it done really, so we don't really need to do that. So let's just do boarding. And the moment I press whichever one, Air Canada, so as soon as I press one of these, this jetway should start moving. Let's go Air Canada.
Then expect radar vectors Burko. Squawk 1436.
Man, I wonder how far these jetways really stretch, because they do have to move quite a bit, don't they? Is he going to be able to? We are positioned correctly looking at the lines. It actually is going to connect. It actually did. Just, well, sort of. Passengers might have to do a little jump or something. So the baggage and everything's going to get loaded whenever the baggage carts show up. They seem to be empty, so does that mean we're just going to see luggage popping in? Attach the pushback tug now. Well, no, because if you do that...
Do you want to board crew?
No. No, if it attaches the tug, I don't want it to go through the procedure. of loading. Ah, yeah, the suitcases are all in those things. Whoa, hello. Where did he go? So the guy at the front is waiting for... Ooh, ooh. What happened there? Never mind. Right, so as the people are getting on, should we take a look? I don't know, can we see through here? I can't remember whether this door opens now. In the Airbus it does.
Passengers boarding starting.
I don't know, I don't think it opens. Really weird. But yeah, passengers are getting in. I don't think we can see them, but they are actually getting on board. And I don't know if I'll be able to go through the door. Oh, I can. Oh, hello. So nobody's actually getting on board yet. Oh, the cabin lights are not on, are they?
Hello.
Okay, so yeah, people are getting on. Lovely. Right, let's get back up here then. And I'm just going to turn on a few of these things here.
Good afternoon.
Because before you take off, and when the engines are powered, there should be no orange lights left on up on this display at all. So up here, just to get the air pressure right, we need to put in the flight altitude, which is 35,000,
This way.
and our landing altitude. Well, how do we find that out? Navigraph is the answer to that question, which is it here? Yeah. So we go to our arrival, which is Salt Lake, and we know that well, let's have a look at the flight plan. I'll just have a quick look. So we're arriving at the CART R1 star, and we're arriving at 34 left. Okay, so we want actually the is it these APT? Yeah, this one. The airport info. Now we're supposed to be arriving at 34 left, which is here. Oh, I need to zoom this in.
Boarding pass, please.
So 34 left, elevation is 4229. Okay, and we can also confirm that on approach. With ILS, we do have an ILS runway 34, right? Is it 34 left? Yeah. So ILS runway 34, category 2 and 3. Quite sure which one we are actually. Are we cat 2? Let's go with this one anyway. It doesn't matter because the numbers are going to be exactly the same. Okay, so 4229. So let's call it 4,200, and ILS is 111.9, and the inbound course is 344. I think I do need to note these down for the Boeing. And the final altitude is 6,100. Before we make our final descent, that is. And all of these informations are up here. So there's the approach course, there's the ILS,
Boarding pass, please.
and this is the, oh, that's the decision altitude, which is 100 above. Okay, so 4329 is our decision altitude. That's all my landing information that I need for here. Yeah, category 2 ILS, so this decision altitude. So you've got the airport elevation 4229, and then 100 above is 4329. So that's really close, man.
Welcome on board.
That you can actually get within 100 feet of the runway, no, vertically, before you can decide to pull out and take off again and do a go around or something. Before you, yeah, you know. You can be 101 feet above the runway and still abort the landing. That's crazy. Normally it's around 200. But sure. All right, so back up to here then. The landing altitude is 4,229. Let's call it 4,200, and we're going to put that in.
Hello.
And it needs this information because that's the way it works out. I think that's what it is. It's to stop the passengers from being asphyxiated. So we could go with 4250 as well. I guess it is closer to that one. Are you supposed to round up? 4229. It is closer to 4250. We'll keep it on there. Yeah, so basically, if you don't put this in, then the cabin air pressure goes nuts, and yeah, that's not good. People start to stop breathing at that point. All right, let's get the flight plan in. So we need to go to departure and arrival, and we're departing, hopefully, if everything is as normal, departing from runway, there it is, 35 right. And we don't have any, we haven't been given any SIDs at all, so we can't put any of those in. And then we're going to be arriving at Salt Lake City on ILS 34 left, as far as we know, using the CART R1
This way.
star, transitioning DBS. Do you have a DBS? It doesn't look like it.
May I
It doesn't have a DBS, does it? Oh, well, there's one here. Yeah, I'll pick that one then.
This way.
This isn't looking good already, is it? It's looking, that's looking mighty weird. What's going on there? Okay. So yeah, we knew that the flight was direct to Ubval.
Welcome on board.
Oh, this is, where's the thing?
Hello.
Does it show the flight plan here? It does, it does, it does. Here. So the flight plan then is here. So we're taking off Calgary 35 right, direct DCT, direct to Ubval, which is exactly what this is doing. It's sending me direct to Ubval. But what's weird is this, it looks like it's trying to let us take off down and then have to switch back up again. Obviously, yeah, what? Where is Ubval? There's Ubval. Are we taking off
Welcome on board.
this way? Because then I'm going to have to see, because we don't have a star. If we had a star, sorry, if we had a SID going out, it would show us a nice circle round to Ubval, but it doesn't. So we're going to have to make that ourselves.
May I see your boarding pass?
166. So yeah, it looks like it's around 155 we have to switch to. And
Welcome on board.
Jesus, if we take off down like this and then switch to 155 going to the right,
Good afternoon.
it's going to take a while to get back onto this flight path. Oh, that's going to be a fun takeoff. Right, so I don't know what the initial altitude is going to be. We'll have to leave that until we find out. So let's run through the flight plan in a minute. Let's do it in a minute. Let's go to init.ref.
All aircraft be advised information Sierra now current.
Information Sierra current. Okay, so flight level 350 is what we're going to be cruising at. Put that up here. It's been a while since I did this, guys. Put that in. I'm going to do a reserve of 1. And the cost index, I think, is 7. And the cruise wind is. Let's go down to the wind. Weights. Flight log. Keep going. Whoops. So you can't scroll on this. You have to do it from here. So wind information. Come on. I just went past it. There it is. So top of climb 350 is 310 over 52. That looks like my blood pressure. So 310 52 and execute that. Go to the index. So we've got position done, we've got performance done just now as we just did. Takeoff preferences now. Flaps, well, 5 I think is usual. I'm going to let it calculate this though. I think we've got a calculator on this, so we'll let it do it. That's what this is for. So we're taking off runway. I hope we don't get assigned a different runway, because it means redoing all of this from scratch. Oh, what are you doing? Right, 35 right. Let's import from that and import the weather. So flaps optimum rating, optimum IR config. Does it mention about the packs or anything here? Yeah. What do we got here? This is the anti-ice. Okay, let's just do a calculate on that. Right, so flaps 5 and the V1s are 373942. So 137 139. Imagine if you had to do this every time you got into your car. You have to spend all this time configuring your right, so the CG, is that worked out as well? It is. It's 25.05. Center of gravity 25.05. So the trim is 4.53. Let's set that. I'm going to have to guess it. So we have 0. We have a notch for 1, 2, 3, 4, and we want to be 4.53. If I can get it to 4.5, that should be sufficient. A bit more, I think. I know I'm not looking at it directly. Let's go back a bit. About there, about 4.5 there. It's about right, isn't it? It better be, otherwise it's going to be a bit more difficult to lift the nose, or it might be too easy to lift the nose. Right, so the V2 speed was 142, so I'm going to set this a little bit higher. And the initial outbound heading is going to be so we're departing here, and I want the airport information, please. So departing from runway 35 right, and we've got a number of 345, so that's our outbound heading. So let's stick that in as well. So yeah, we are taking off downwards. As we see on the monitor, you can see this line moving around as I'm turning the heading here. So we are going to have to do a 180 once we take off. That's going to be a lot of fun, isn't it? Initial altitude, again, I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. Let's get the flight directives and the auto throttle on. I don't know how many passengers are on board. It's not telling me.
United 1655, ready to pick up IF.
I don't know what's going on. The baggage is all done. What about the passengers though? Is everybody on board?
United
I
1655.
have no idea.
Calgary delivery. Expect runway.
It would be nice if they took the jetway away. Hey, Von Doodle. Mm. Yeah, no 2024 till it's fixed. Yeah. I mean, I think they're saying that it has to do a complete rewrite of the code to make it work in 2024, which is weird because, you know, they've obviously coded it very different to the Phoenix 320 because the Phoenix was ready kind of quite quickly. So I don't know what that's supposed to signify. So anyway, so flaps 5, and then in the index, the next thing we need to configure is the approach, but we will do that while we're in the air. So we've got everything in, let's run through the flight plan. So let's switch this into plan mode, and let's just step through and see if there's any breakages in the flight plan. Hopefully not. In fact, let me just bring this a little bit higher so we can see what's going on. Okay, so this is the approach. Alright, so again, we're not coming into the runway this way in Salt Lake. We're actually coming in, and then we're going to have to do a vector. We have to do a manual vector. It breaks here, which means the plane's going to keep on flying in the exact opposite direction to the airport until I tell it no, and then we'll switch round onto let's call it Dunlop, onto Dunlop, and then in. So we'll have to do that ourselves. Final altitude 6,100 constraint. I don't think, no, there's nothing after that. It's just the runway, and that is. Don't forget though, the runway that we're landing at is 4,279 feet above sea level. So the fact that this is 6,100 isn't really a worry. Yeah. Cool. The only thing it's noticing here is the TCAS is off, so we'll get that on because it's going to give us a squawk code to put in. Remind me where this is. Oh, here. Oh yeah, it's the 4 knobs. There's actually two knobs there and 2 knobs here. Yeah. It's the 4 knobs, isn't it, to switch those numbers around. So you got the big one to do. Is it digit number 1? Yeah, and then you got the little one to do digit number 2. You got the bottom one to do digit 4, and then so it's literally big, small, small, big to change the numbers. I know, nuts, but there it is. Right. I'm not hearing anything from the passengers or the stewardesses, so I'm definitely going to assume that everybody's on board now. In which case, I'm going to start the APU up and request IFR clearance. And I'm going to bring up the Beyond ATC window for you guys. Oh, I already have a Beyond ATC window. Okay, I've just added an extra one then for no reason. But there you go. What does that say? Oh, ATIS current Sierra. Okay, yeah. It did change to information Sierra, didn't it? Alright, so we're going to need 1 fuel pump on in order to power the APU. So let's get that, and we'll get that. I'm going to put the isolation valve already onto auto and that to armed. Now remind me guys, once we start the engines up, remind me to do the packs please, this one and this one, otherwise I will forget. I know I'll forget because I always forget. Always. So we're going to put the beacon light on now. It's called an anti-collision light, but yeah, sure, okay. So this is our APU going up. That needle should come back down again, I hope. And this is, yeah, there she is. She's getting powered up now. All right, so let's get clearance. Calgary delivery, this is Goba Air 2627 requesting IFR clearance.
Goba Air 2627, Calgary delivery, expect runway 35 right. Climb 10,000 feet on runway centerline. Then expect radar
10,000.
squawk 3324.
Let's see if I can read this back. Roger, expect runway 35 right, climb to 10,000. Expect radar vectors on Oobval, squawk 3324. Goba Air 2627. Is it happy with that?
Gober Air 2627, read back correct. Contact ground 125.35 when ready for push or start.
Roger, will contact ground on 125.35 when ready. Goba Air 2627, thank you. Okay, so we have a squawk of 3324.
Negative. Ground on 125.3.
Did I not say that? Roger, ground on 125.35. Now it's going to ask me for my... Okay, it's done it. So it switched. Okay, so that the next... We've now switched to Calgary ground. And it's to request push and start next. So, squawk 3324 and initial climb set to 10,000 feet. Okay. So if I do that in the plane, it's actually already set to 10,000, which is the default, so we'll leave it at that. And the squawk 3324.
United 1655.
So
Contact Calgary
3
8.7.
3 24. There you go. 3324 set. So they're happy now. Now the jetway, I think we can get rid of, and the stairs. I can't remember whether we do it on here as well. I don't think so. I keep thinking this is like the Phoenix, but it really isn't. There's a lot of stuff it doesn't do, like you can't close the doors from here. Okay. You have to close. You can close the doors off the main computer here, though, which is not normal. But there you go. So operate the jetway. Yes, you can release the ground power because I've got the APU running now. So you can indeed. But I perhaps should have switched the power over to the APU first, guys? I normally would have done that. I just didn't switch off get the ground power switched off the way I normally would have done it. See the yaw damper's gone off? Alright, so what else? What else do we need on there? All the orange lights are not off yet, obviously. So let's get the rest of the fuel pumps on, builds up some pressure. We don't need the center fuel pumps because there's no fuel there. Have the stairs disappeared? Oh, I don't know what's going on. How do we get rid of all the ground services? Operate stairs, I guess. But the doors are still open. Ugh. Oh, what about the other doors? No, they've closed. Yeah, so the front door is still... I don't like it when it does this. So is it here? Doors. Yeah, and we need to get rid of the chocks as well. Getting rid of the chocks will remove everything. The ground power. It should close the doors and everything, I think. Yeah, I'm not happy with those cones still there though. The chocks have gone, but the cones, yeah, shouldn't really be there. Okay. I'm sure they'll disappear when they're ready. Right, so takeoff's going to be largely a manual affair at the start, and the descent details like the course and the descent decision altitude. I'll set those later. Auto brakes, remind me I need to set that, and also the speed brake for takeoff, because it's, like I say, it's been a little while since I've flown this, and I'm gonna forget something. Alright, so the next thing then is request push and start. But I don't know which way to go, but it will tell me on here, which is good. Calgary ground, this is Go Air 2627 requesting push and start.
Dover Air 2627, Calgary ground. Pushback approved. Face east.
Okay, east, yeah, just like that, right? So, I can never work out these compasses. Like when I turn, which way is that compass going to go? However, in Beyond ATC, if I go to here,
Dover Air 2627, Calgary ground. Pushback approved.
this is as per a compass bearing. So east is this way, so it's going to be, we're going to go back, and it's going to be nose left. Yeah, it's going to be nose left. So where's the runway? So we're taking off 35 right, that's confirmed. Is that this one then?
Calgary ground.
It is. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be going nose. Where's our plane? There it is. So we're going to be going nose left. Or east, whichever, yeah. Oh, and it's waiting for me. Roger, face east, over air 2627. I missed that message.
Calgary ground, Dover Air 2627. You need to make a taxi request and check the frequency.
Yeah, I know, but you were asking. Okay, maybe it wasn't asking me for that, it was just confirming. Right, let's do that then. Calgary ground, this is Go Air 2627 requesting taxi to runway 35 right.
Dover Air 2627, runway tree 5 right taxi via Bravo Charlie, Bravo.
Roger, runway 35 right via Bravo Charlie, Bravo. Go Air 2627.
Dover Air 2627, runway tree 5 right taxi via Bravo Charlie.
Okay, what did I say wrong? Roger, runway 35 right, taxi via Bravo Charlie, Bravo. Go Air 2627. Hang on, Von Doodle, hang on. Am I using real-time weather? I hope so. It's normally set to that. Yep, live weather. Okay, so now we should get our route to, so this is Bravo Charlie here, and then we've got Bravo, and that kind of just gets us straight to the runway. Let's just zoom it out. And there we go, we got right to the end there. So yeah, nice and easy. Now because this isn't syncing with GSX like the Phoenix does, we have to do the rest kind of manual. Excuse me. So let me get this off your screen now. Once I take off, I'm going to be switching to Beyond ATC to auto respond. So my first officer, so to speak, will be doing that. So let's get the pushback.
You need to set parking brakes to request ground services.
Oh, do I? Well, why aren't they already set? Oh, this frickin' parking brake. Thank you. Jeez, imagine. Never mind.
Runway tree 5 right.
Confirm your taxi route. I did. All right, you do it. I'm gonna have my.
2627, request departure runway change.
No. We don't know. What are you doing?
Dover Air Air 2627, you've already started your taxi, and I can't get you over.
I must have clicked the wrong thing. Why is it? It asked me to confirm my taxi route. Why has it asked me to do that? It doesn't really want me to. Otherwise, it would be an option on the screen. Madness. Absolute madness. Okay. Yeah. So prepare for pushback and departure then. God, those little yellow lines there on the wing just looked like it was a moving LED.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Yes, so am I. So am I. Just make sure. I did turn the bleed on, I know that for sure. We've got all the pumps on. Twiddly diddly dee. Your damper is still set. So these are low pressure, obviously. Engines need to be on.
Bypass pin inserted.
Okay. I know you inserted something. So nose left. I'm happy with everything up here. Are you guys happy with everything? Oh, yes, I hope so. Right, have I got everything set here? Let's drop this down to 10 while we're on the runway. We don't have constraints on here, does it? I can't remember whether it puts the constraints on the display by default. I'm used to having a constraints button here, but yeah. We've got air pressure on the brakes still, they're in the green. Ooh, plane's going up in the air. We're getting lifted up in the air, guys. Right, we want to go nose left, por favore. See, it doesn't say east. It does left and right. Sometimes it does say east and west and north and south. And sometimes it instead just says left or right.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Oh, okay. I can start at will. I've forgotten. Oh, yeah. I was going to say I forgot how to start the plane. So, yeah, ignition on for engine 2 into ground. And are we waiting for build-up? Yeah. So we're just waiting for the jet to get to around 20. Oh, actually, I say the jet. Yeah, no, it's not. Okay, now, inject. So now, N1. There she goes. This is the first engine. Don't push me into that hangar. What's going on at the tail there? I love the look of these engines. The way it just has a little bit of a flat bottom. I love that shape. Don't get sucked into the engine, darling. Stay away from it. Okay, we're up on that one. That's fine. We have to wait for the button to click over, though. Unless it's already done it. Oh, it has. It's clicked off. You see it goes from ground back to off. And now we can...
Please set parking brake. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
No, well, we'll have to just wait. So again, we're just waiting for this to reach about 20. 20, 25, something like that. But I think 20 is the number. There we go. Inject the fuel, and that should power up N1. There she goes. Come on. A bit more. And when these two lights go off, we have a good engine start. Once we get to the runway holding point, I'm going to reset the fuel flow and turn on the anti-skid brakes. if I remember. Okay, so now we've got the engines up. We want to turn on the taxi light. I'm bound to forget to turn on the landing lights. I always do. Okay, I have a small issue here, which I'm hoping is going to resolve itself. We have this on. Please, why are you on? We should not be having orange lights. Okay. Oh, maybe because I haven't got the packs on yet, right? I don't know. They can go on now that we've got the engines on. Why is this on? There shouldn't be any orange lights at all. Dual bleed. Did I set something wrong on this? Okay. Tell you what we can do, just to be sure, Yeah. Well, let's do this, and then we'll switch the power over off the APU. Might be that.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Okay, so we're going to switch the power onto the engines now, and switch the APU off. What the hell was that noise? And it's gone off. Yay! What was that bang? Did you just drop my plane? Okay, so she's going to have to remove the pin. There it is, dangling.
Disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Left is clear. Right is clear. Let's get clear. Right, so we need her to give us a little wave. This APU, I was going to say it should be switching off now, and it just did. Takes a while to power itself down again. Okay, yeah, clear. Right, well, if you walk away, darling, I can do this. Let's get the flaps set to 5. So we have 1, 2, and 5. So flaps into position. Okay. Oh boy. Takeoff's going to be fun, guys. Especially when you got me doing it manually. Now I know the headings is 345, but I actually want to switch it over to 155 at some point, and I need to get it going forwards. So we go 345, 350, 360 or 0, and we turn it to the right. If I turn this knob to the right, then the plane will turn to the right. If I obviously turn the knob to the left, then vice versa. Okay, so auto throttle is armed. Flight directors on both sides are on. I don't know if we have VNAV and LNAV on. I haven't put them on yet, but I hope they both come on. I'll set the auto brakes at the runway holding point, and the do you put this? Yeah, I think you do put the speed brakes on. I think you just don't put it on for landing. Can't remember. If I get it wrong, it will whinge at me anyway, so we're fine. All right, guys. Let's make a move. So let's put a little bit of throttle in. Come on. Frickin' handbrake won't come off. Hello? Thank you. Jeez. It's a fiddly little thing, that. It's nice to be back in the Boeing. I like the Airbus, I really do. It's there's a lot less to do on setting up the plane, but I enjoy the fact that there's more to do on the Boeing as well. And I don't know, it's got some niceties to it. So for example, when you come to your top of descent, and if you've got your descent, your first descent altitude programmed in, it will, once you reach top of descent, the plane will automatically start descending. The Airbus, which is more computerized and electronic and all that, doesn't do that. You have to actually tell it, start descending now. You have to make it do it, or you have to tell the autopilot to do it. But yeah, on this it doesn't. It just knows to do it when you reach top of descent, and I like that. That's kind of really cool. We need to slow down. We're going a little bit too quick here. We're supposed to be doing around 30 knots or something. We're doing 45. So let's try and bring this a little bit not too slow. A little bit hazy in the background, but visibility's good. Shall I try and get back on the line? Do you think that would be a good thing? Oi, oi, oi. Hey, see, that's the yaw. That's why we need the yaw damper, to dampen that movement. And yeah, it is doing that. Looks like we have Wi-Fi on this plane. This little bobbly bit on the top there, that's the Wi-Fi. So we do have the same runway departure as SimBrief. I just hope that is the same for our landing runway, that they don't change it en route. Let's put the anti-skid on right now. I'm going to set the speed brake on now and see if it whinges. It's not whinging. It's not whinging. Okay. If it's going to whinge at any point, actually I think it does whinge. I was going to say if it's going to whinge at any point, it's going to be when I put full throttle on the runway. It's going to really go beep 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 beep. So I think it is going to do that. So I'm going to disarm this. Actually, that just says it's armed now. Ah. Okay, let's disarm it. Yeah, I don't want it armed. I think what happens on this plane is like on the Phoenix, you would put the speed brake and arm it. I would presume the same procedure here on the Boeing, but for some reason, if I remember in the past when I've done that, as soon as I've engaged throttle, it throws a wobbly. Okay, so we're going to need VNAV and LNAV. Hopefully both of them will light up. Okay, LNAV hasn't lit up yet. That could be something to do with this flight plan and the fact that once I get the plane turned around onto the correct flight path, I'm hoping this is going to light up. Yeah, I think it's got to do with the flight plan, I think. That's my guess. So I think we're currently tracking at 166.
Contact Calgary Tower 118.7.
Okay, that's me.
Over to Tower
I'm going to need to turn the volume back up on this because
Bye-bye.
I can't actually hear it. Okay, so the next step is to request departure, but I need to just find out the heading. I mean, we are tracking 166 right now, but we're going to be turning around 180. And this heading where we need to be on looks like 155, 156, let's call it. And because I'm going to be going around, yeah, I'm probably going to have to switch it to 160. So we're going to have to change this heading to at least 160, maybe 170 initially to get back on track. we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So we're just going to hold here at the holding point to request departure. Calgary Tower, this is Goba Air 2627 requesting departure from runway 35 right. That's not going to come on yet. Shit.
2627, Calgary Tower, wind 005 at 7, fly heading 350, runway 35 right, cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 350? Okay. Roger, cleared for takeoff, runway 35 right, Goba Air 2627. Good day. Alright, we're cleared. Let's go. Now, because Beyond ATC is controlling every plane, there shouldn't be any interference on the runway. Anybody behind us? I have no idea. There's not a lot of traffic comms at the moment, so we're not that busy. I was really expecting a lot of snow. I don't know. Right, so let's get ready for a flight to Salt Lake City. Okay, so we are faced in the complete opposite direction to which we're going. Now, VNAV is the autopilot's way of automatically flying the plane up and down, and this is left and right, and we don't have left and right because I think it's because we have this brake here. Once I manually turn the plane and get back onto the flight path, LNAV should start working. If it doesn't, I might freak out a little bit. I might freak out just a little tiny bit. Yeah. Please, LNAV, I need you. I need you. All right, guys, this freaking mouse pointer. It should automatically vanish, eh? Right.
Air Canada 217, holding short, runway 29er.
Air Canada 217, Calgary Tower, wind 00.
Stable. Let's go.
250, runway 29er, cleared for takeoff.
So our V1 and V rotate is 137 and 139, I think.
Air Canada 217.
Okay, releasing the joystick a little bit now. I like to push the nose down at the start. Should be okay now.
V1, rotate.
And rotating. And we have a positive rate.
Positive rate of climb.
And gear up. Now I'll start turning the plane as soon as I feel like it. So we do have an actual ascent profile there at the top in that circle. Oh, it's gone now. But yeah, this number here. So I'm just going to bank the plane over until I get to facing
2627, contact
the
Calgary.
right direction.
19.8.
Contact Calgary departure 119.8. Goba Air 2627.
Okay, we just need to make sure that we bring the profile down a little bit.
Calgary departure, Goba Air 2627.
The pitch.
6,800 feet.
Okay, flaps 1.
Gober Air 2627, Calgary departure, identified. Climb to 17,000 feet. Altimeter 29er.
Oh, we've been cleared to 17,000 already.
Climb to 17,000 feet. Altimeter 2970. Goba Air 2627.
You're pushing me, man. You're pushing me.
Gober Air 2627, turn right, heading 170.
I'm on my way.
Turn right, heading 170, Goba Air 2627.
170, okay.
Calgary departure, Air Canada 217.
We're not on there yet, so that's not going to click in yet.
Air Canada 217, Calgary departure. Good afternoon.
So it wants me to go all the way to 170. Fair enough.
70.
I suppose I could program that on here as well, but
Altimeter 2970, Air Canada 217. Air Canada 217.
right now I'm just flying this manually
Resume on
to get us back onto that purple line.
Roger. We'll head direct boost, then resume on navigation, Air Canada 217. Thanks.
Okay, so we'll just straighten up here until we intercept the line. I'll just keep things manual at the moment. In fact, if we have LNAV now, there she is.
Turn right, heading 235.
Now we can go on autopilot. Awesome. Yeah, LNAV would not come on until we got at least somewhere in line with where we're supposed to be going. It knows now anyway, because its first waypoint was Ubval, which is in the complete wrong direction, and we didn't have a connecting line to get there. So LNAV is like, yeah, sorry, can't do that. But now that it's right in front of us, it knows how to get there now. So yeah, it switched on. And there we go.
627. Cleared direct upload. Resume on navigation.
Okay, that's us. Resume on navigation.
Direct upload, then resume on.
Okay, so we have N1 LNAV VNAV speed, VNAV LNAV is on, and N1 is on. We're not cleared up to 35,000 yet, but I'm expecting we're going to be very, very shortly. Once we get close to 17,000, we'll be cleared up to 35, and that's it. We are good to go, guys. Yeah, we had to do basically just a absolute 180. There's the airport, see? So we took off that way. It's all to do with the prevailing winds, I suppose. Okay, so now we're contacting Edmonton Centre, so I think they'll clear us up to 35.
Goba Air 2627. Bye-bye.
I'm letting my first officer take care of all of the comms.
Goba Air 2627. Good afternoon. Through 4,200 feet for 17,000 feet direct uphill.
Once we get to 18,000, we're going to switch the air pressure to standard.
2627.
There we go.
Good afternoon. Identified. Climb to flight level 350.
We are cleared all the way up to cruise.
Level 350. Goba Air 2627.
Very nice. Can we just hold that? Yeah. That's a bit too high. There we go. And it should say of here. That's it. We're cleared all the way up now. And I told you guys that I wouldn't put the landing lights on the runway. I always forget. And I didn't put the seatbelt signs on either. Oh, those passengers must have been falling off their seats. Ah, piffle. Who cares? Who cares? Little things. Little things. Doesn't matter. Yeah, doesn't matter. I always forget to do the landing lights. When we're at the holding point on the runway, just before I start moving onto the runway is when I should really be putting those landing lights on. But I am so bad at remembering it. Okay, so we're now above 18,000, so we're going to go with standard air pressure. And that's it. I can open my sandwiches and have a cup of tea. Actually, no, I need to find out. Oh, I have found out everything, haven't I? Yeah, so the inbound course I've got the ILS frequency and I've got the decision altitude and the final the final approach altitude as well, 6,100. So yeah, I've got all the information I need. I can program that in a bit later. And there's the flight. So if we bring it back, actually that's way too far. If I zoom in then, can I, oops, is that too much? No, it isn't, okay. Can I zoom with the mouse? No. Oh, okay, so the aircraft is in the middle of the screen. If I turn that off. So there we go, this is our flight. Very much straightish till we get to here with a little kink, and then we get to there, and then we've got to do a U-turn and land on the runway. All is good in the world. Now this has got very good time acceleration now. They built the time acceleration properly into the Boeing 777, and then they did it for these aircraft as well. So we can increase the sim rate and get the flight time down, but I'm quite happy like this.
1,000 feet for 17,000 feet.
Air Canada 217, Edmonton Center, identified. Climb to flight level 340.
Ooh, snowy.
Climb to flight level 340, Air Canada 217.
Check that out. So we did see some snow today. Quite a chunk of it too. Where's the other side? There we go. I can't wait for them to bring this plane into Flight Sim 24. That's going to be pretty cool. Very green, isn't it? Down there. So we're flying south at the moment for the winter. 25,000 feet coming up to. All good on the western frontier. We don't need that on anymore. Yep. Right. That wasn't too painful. Getting it all sorted. I don't know how long it's been since I've flown the 737. But it's kind of stuck with me. Remembering everything. Hopefully the landing shouldn't be a problem either. For me, remembering things. I'm actually trying to remember now whether I've done Calgary to Salt Lake City before. I actually can't remember. It's possible. I've certainly flown into or out of Salt Lake City in the past. And I'm pretty sure I've touched on Canada as well, in Calgary specifically. But whether I've actually done both airports at the same time, I don't know. Another thing I should have done was reset the fuel flow. This just gives you it's exactly that, just gives you a reading of your fuel flow. Currently 2 tons per hour. And also I would have normally set the chrono going as well to record the flight time. Didn't do that either. I don't normally record the flight time, but it is what it is. So the engines are near their maximum as we're still climbing.
Contact Edmonton Center 132.75.
That's us. Goba Air.
On 132.75, Goba Air 2627.
Why are we called Goba? Yeah, Goba bus.
Goba Air 2627, climbing flight level 287 for flight level 350.
Correct. Let's have a look on the drone camera and see if there's passengers in the plane or not. I did do an update to GSX, but I don't know if I've done it for this plane specifically. Oh yeah, it looks like they're there. Ooh. Oh, what's he reading? Oh yeah. Color conscious. Decast moda. Enjoying that there? Yeah, you enjoying that? How many people were on board? 147. I think if we count them, I think that'll be accurate. I think it is. It's weird because if I go to the external camera, sorry, not the external one, but this internal one, and go through the door, I don't know if there's... are there going to be people here? No, you see? I don't know if it pops them in, spawns them in later. No. So this here is your separator between your first class and your peasants in economy there. But yeah, in this view it doesn't show up. And the Phoenix, I think it does. Isn't this called the sky roof or something? Lights up all in blue at night. I think we can... I was going to say, I think we can turn the cabin lights on, but... I don't know if it's perhaps here. No, not there. There should be a switch in the cockpit, really, to do that. No, fuel, payload and doors. And there's nothing on here that I know of that can do that. Yeah, turning the cabin lights on, just putting that blue light on in the cabin. Is there a switch? I can Google it, I suppose. If there is one in the real plane, then it should be on here as well. Maybe I'll have a Google. So, Boeing 737 800 cabin lights. Oops, cabin lights switch. On a Boeing 737-800, the cabin lights are controlled primarily from the overhead panel in the cockpit, with switches for dome lights, circuit breaker panel lights, and panel lights. Okay. So it's telling me it's up here. Well, the dome light is that up here? We've got the dome lights there. Circuit breaker panel. Ooh. Yeah. The dome light is for inside here though. It's not to do with the cabin. Oh no. Let's see if I can do it with an image. Okay. Cockpit and cabin lighting. Oh, okay. Right, so we've got the two red switches. And then above that, so yeah, here. But that's not cabin lights. No. Is it? It says AC here. Oh, power. Yeah. This is it. Yeah, AC as in, not air conditioning, as in AC power. Got you. Understood, Captain. Okay. Well, maybe they come on automatically then. I don't know. Right, how are we doing? We are up in the air now, so let's get this up to 80. Let's go further, 160. There it is. That's 640 nautical miles, that outer circle. We are pretty much in a straight line until we get to top of descent. I don't know, I guess we could speed the flight up a little. The plane's capable of handling it now, where it used to have issues before. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Do we stay at normal speed, or should we speed it up? So we've got sim right here, which I think I can just press, but I think there's also another way to do it. Certainly in the 777 there's a way to do it from, I don't know if it's done off the clock, but they did build something in. It might have been done off the tablet, actually. I'm pretty sure they built something into the let's call it the dashboard, for want of a better word. But yeah, you can change it here, I think. No, you can't. Yeah, so rather than use the keybind to change the sim rate, there's a way to do it in the plane. I know there is. Just don't remember how to do it. You do not yet have current. Yes, I do. There's my navigraph, boy. What are you talking about? Please click the download button to download the to download and extract navigation data from the navigraph. What download button? Oh, this one? No, that wasn't there before. Good thing we've got Wi-Fi in the plane.
Pasco Alpha, Edmonton Center, good afternoon, identified. Continue climb to flight level 140.
Continue climb to flight level 140, Pasco Alpha.
We are now at cruise. Engines have dropped down to 87, and I would normally drop this altitude down now to 6,100, which is the final altitude, but with Beyond ATC running, it will tell me the descent steps to take. Anyway, so I shouldn't need to do this, but I'm going to anyway. And if it tells me to descend to 18,000 or something, then I'll change this then. Right now I'm just happy to keep it where it is. Come on then. You got all that way and then you got stuck. Isn't it always the way though? Oh! Guys, I know there's only 4 of you here, but maybe somebody can answer. Do you ever get that scenario on your computer where... Give me a sec.
Contact Salt Lake Center 133.4, Goba Air 2627.
We're just changing frequencies
Salt
here.
Lake Center, Goba Air 2627. Good afternoon. Flight level 350.
You ever get that situation? Jesus. On your PC where there's something happens, it's as if it forgets you, and it's suddenly asking you to log into places that you were automatically logged into before, and it's starting to ask you for cookies or your consent, all that, you know, that consent crap where you've got to turn everything off. And it, because I've been having that on the PC where I did switch the PC off the other day because I actually thought I was going into the hospital because I had to call an ambulance. I had to call an ambulance out the other day for myself, and I turned my PC off. And when I turned it back on, logging into launching Flight Sim, it was asking me for my Xbox Live username and password, which it's never done that for years. I go to certain websites and it's forgot who I am and says please log in. It's like, why are you asking me this now? You never ask me this. And it's like it's forgotten me. And I just can't make any sense of it. It's as if, you know, maybe twice a year or something, they just do an internet reset and everything just forgets who you are. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. It just asked me to log into all sorts of places where it normally remembers who I am. Certainly Flight Sim. I haven't logged into Xbox Live for, I don't know, a long time. You need to log into Xbox Live to run this Flight Sim. Yeah, and when I launched it, it came up. Please enter your login details. No idea why. And it's not just this as well. It's been a few things where I've been asked to sign back in again, and because it doesn't know who the hell I am. The other one that came up when my computer came on was Steam. Steam normally just auto runs and that's it. But nope, not this time. It wanted me to log in, put my username and password, and the whole deal.
Salt Lake Center, radar contact.
So Steam forgot me, Xbox Live forgot me. What's going on? Why does this happen? I haven't run any programs or done anything to clear cookies and information out. I haven't done anything like that. It's just bizarre. I wonder what this... You know what? Wouldn't this be cool to just speed this flight up and then run it again in the Airbus in Flight Sim 24 just to see how the scenery looks different? That would be interesting, wouldn't it? I'm gonna Google about changing the sim rate. So how to change sim rate? PMDG. Ah, there you are. Yes. But where about? Which page? Page 8, okay, of... Okay. So it's actually here. And it's on page 8 of one of the menu things. Page 8. Jesus. Well, it's not going to be... Ah, it is. It's autocruise.
2261, Salt Lake Center.
There we go.
Radar contact.
Where do you get page 8 from? Anyway. Yeah, here. This is where you do it. Up to 4 times you can do. So if we went to 2, that should now say 2 up here. It does, and now we're flying at twice the speed. Ah, that was the thing with the clock. It changes the colour. See, look at the time now. Yes, it changes the colour, and if we go to 4 times, we can go to, it goes to red. There we go. So now we're flying a lot faster, and the plane handles it. This looks like it's conked out, doesn't it? Oh, it's got stuck there. It looks like it's not gonna... There's no cancel. There's nothing we can do. And it won't download it 4 times quicker either.
Alaska 904, contact Salt Lake Center 119.75.
Now we've got to have Beyond ATC keep up with us.
0.75, Alaska 904, take care.
So I think if I click this again, it'll go to 8 times. Probably not recommended, unless it won't. Maybe it's been restricted, but reset should put it back down to 1. Yeah. Yeah, so there it is. It's on there. Does this display not light up either? We got main panel, but I don't think that lights up the MCDU. It's quite dark. So we're flying now for 24 more nautical miles to get to Kita, which is there. And then it's a great big 197 nautical mile leg to DBS. And then 84 more to Labour, and then somewhere between Labour and LHO is the top of descent, because between Labour and LHO we've got to drop down to 14,000-ish. It's not going to be 14, because look, this one calculates it's going to be at 20,000 at this point. So this is 14,000 or above. And judging by the plane's estimated altitude at Carter, which is 20,800, we're going to be somewhere probably around 31,000 perhaps by the time we get to LHO, which is definitely above 14,000. So we are obliging with them. Fair enough. I think once we, I suppose we could go twice the speed, just to help this a little bit. Yeah, why not? So let's go into
335, Salt Lake Center, radar contact.
Let's go twice the speed.
390.
And we have to remember that we've done that.
Maintain flight level 390, United 335.
So if it's a 1 hour 30 flight and we did this throughout, it would reduce it to a little bit less than, or a little bit, no, sorry, a little bit more than half the flight time. Because you have to account for the, I wouldn't want to put this on while I'm taking off or ascending up to cruise.
Have a good one.
I'd only want to change the rate when I'm cruising, really.
Contact Edmonton Center 132.75.
I suppose you can do it while you climb, but I wouldn't, personally. So yeah, we're just flying twice the speed now. Oops. I just pressed a button to get rid of the chat. There you go. So are we still in Canada at the moment? Oh, do we have this? Yeah, they still need to build this into 2024. Right, so that is a United States airport. This is a very small one, Lincoln, Montana. What is this, a VOR or something? No, it hasn't. It's got 2 runways. Small ones though. And ILS as well. Oh. Cane Ranch. This is for landing small aircraft. And we're just about to fly over that on our left. Can we see the runway? It's going to be small. Is that it? Is it going to... No.
Good afternoon. Flight level 350.
It's going to be maybe a runway in a grass field or something.
Salt Lake Center, Roger.
Hi, is it that? Is it this? Is it this? Here? This, that, there, this. These small ones aren't necessarily going to be, you know, tarmac runways at all. What is this? A road? Just make sure everything's okay here. All good. That is a road, isn't it? I bet that's got some really cool views driving down there though. Man, that will be a nice driving road. Oh, hello. Oh yeah, it's a free, I don't know, what do you guys, interstate freeway thing? Whatever you call it.
SkyWest 4759, Salt Lake Center, copy.
Salt Lake Center already we're tuned into? Oh yeah, we are. We've been tuned into Salt Lake for a while. Little town there.
3240, Salt Lake Center.
They built the road around the town, eh? So it doesn't go through it. That's kind of cool.
Climb and maintain flight level 360, SkyWest 3240.
Yeah, so we're gonna get to where we're going a little bit quicker now.
United 2357, Salt Lake Center.
So we're already.
Radar.
See, look, this was 195 or something, wasn't it? It's really dropping down now.
Flight level 360.
We can stay at this rate, you know, sim rate 2, until lava, I think. I don't mind doing that. So we're currently flying at twice the speed that we normally should be. And this, yeah, that's got stuck.
Salt Lake Center, Alaska 904.
Can we not reset this tablet?
Each one, flight level 370. Alaska 904.
We can't reset this tablet, can we? The one on the Phoenix has actually got the USB cable, and if you pull it, the battery actually starts to go down. I've never actually let the battery go flat to see what happens if it actually switches off. I imagine it might do, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this tablet either, because it doesn't really, like if you're streaming or whatever, it doesn't really protect you as a streamer. I'm not really a fan of it, where the one on the Phoenix, it takes care of all that stuff. So yeah, it's all good. And as far as I'm aware, landing 35 left. Sorry, 34 left. It's wrong airport. Landing 34 left is where we've been assigned, and I just hope that is where we're going to be assigned. Because if they change it to 16 right or 16 left, it's better for us in that we don't need to do the U-turn at the end, but it just means, you know, reprogramming the flight path in here, flight plan, sorry, which is not an issue. It's just a little bit of extra work. And also, if you change the runway, I think the altitude might be different, the elevation will be different on one side of the runway than the other. Like this is 4223 and on the other side it's 4229. So there's a 6 feet difference. So that your decision altitude will be different as well. So you have to change that. There's the control tower. Because it says so. Construction zone. Wow. How long is that going to be in being constructed if it has to be put onto the chart? I'm sure it gets updated. Concourse. Yeah. Is there a bartender? And a Vista Genomics. Oh, that's a windsock, isn't it? I think so. Yeah, these are windsocks. It looks like the sound coming out. It looks weird. These are quite easy to read once you get used to them. You know, all these are just the taxiways, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel uniform. It's just it looks like when I started reading charts initially, trying to learn them, it was like, what is all this stuff? But it's actually not too bad at all. Where's our thing? What are we coming in on? Carter 1. That's this one. That's Carter 1 RNAV. I don't think it matters. RNAV arrival. Yeah, well, we're not doing an RNAV arrival. We're doing ILS. But these are all RNAVs. But yeah, that's fair enough. So where do we join? Well, we certainly don't join here. We're coming in from lava, aren't we? So this is ours. We're coming in from lava into Carter, and then it should be Set, Diane, and Anity. That should be on here then. Set, yeah, Diane, Anity, and then Syrup, spelt the other way around. So Syrup, which should be at the bottom. There it is. And there's the runway. But then you've got, it goes from Syrup to Dunlop, which you have to vector. I have to vector there manually, and I think Dunlop is around here. So at this point it just carries on and it doesn't. So I'm going to have to manually turn the plane over. So we go from Syrup to Dunlop. So where's that? So Syrup, and then we go to the approach on 34 left, down here, category 2, and we should see Dunlop on here. There it is. So there's Dunlop. So Syrup's over here somewhere, and then at some point we just turn the plane, and then we get it onto Dunlop, and then into flag, and then into the runway. So Dunlop, flag, and the runway, which is exactly what it should say here. Dunlop, flag, and the runway. See, it all tallies up nicely. And that's the ILS frequency we need to tune into, 111.9, which we can put that in to here.
Horizon Air 2014, Salt Lake Center, radar contact. Climb, maintain.
Let's take a look. So we've got the climb, the cruise, and the descent.
Climb, maintain flight level 360, Horizon Air 2014.
We can request the winds information for the descent. Let's do that. Seeing as how we're going at twice the speed, probably get those in now. Let's do the load and execute. Alright, so the next phase, it'll be the approach, which if you go to init and index and approach. So I want flaps 30 landing, 142. So we're going to pick this one and put it into here.
627. Contact Salt Lake Center 128.35.
Oh, it's already got the ILS information. Look, 111.9 and 344.
Air 2627.
Oh, neat.
Salt Lake Center.
Does that mean I don't have to
Flight
enter it?
50.
It knows it already. 11190 344.
Dover Air 26...
11190 344. Fine.
Dover Air 2627, Salt Lake Center.
I'm sure I had to put this in manually before.
Runway 34 left.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different plane. Okay, we've just got it. Goba Air, Salt Lake City, expect Carter 1, runway 34 left. That is exactly what we want.
Expect Carter 1, runway 3 for left, Goba Air 2627.
Nice. We've been assigned the correct runway, or the runway that Simbrief gave us anyway. Yeah, once we get to... we're still cruising by the time we end lava, so I'll stay at double the rate for the cruise, and then we'll go back down to normal time by the time we get to just after lava. So in another 80 nautical miles. So we can't see it on here at the moment because it's 82. So it's got this circle is 80. So it should be popping in. Now it should pop in. Come on. We're under 80 now, so it should pop in. We'll just wait.
Salt Lake Center, SkyWest 3240, flight level...
The lava should be appearing here now. Where is it? Maybe when it gets beyond these lines, it pops off. It pops in. I don't know.
Contact Salt Lake Center.
Does it not write anything where these numbers are to save clutter?
132.4 Air Shuttle 6166.
I don't know.
Good afternoon.
It's now 70 nautical miles, and this is 80. So it should be showing it. Certainly, if I went up to the next level, it would show it. There it is. Oh, now I'm on 80. Sorry, I was on 40 before. Right, so look at that. Top of descent begins just after lava. Mr. Lava Lava. Ooh. So yeah, Mr. Lava would be hot, wouldn't he? I suppose. Anyway, never mind. Yeah, so just before we hit lava, we'll get the time slowed down. All right. Well, it looks like all the information that we need to put in is already in. I'm not going to start the descent now. No, we're a little bit too early for that. And the only way to get to the approach phase that I know of is here. Why did I think I had to put this in manually in the 737? Am I getting mixed up with a different plane? Certainly not the Phoenix. The Phoenix doesn't need it. Okay.
Salt Lake Center, SkyWest 5656. Good afternoon. Flight level 1901.
We've got to be in the US now, right? We have to be.
Salt Lake Center, Roger.
For sure we're in the United States now. Let's see if we can see an airport nearby. Yep, Keda. For sure, that Keda is United States. So yeah, we're welcome to the United States of America. It would be interesting to run this same flight now back to back in Flight Sim 24. I want to know how the scenery is different. Crazy who? Hi Crazy, sorry, I don't know how long your message has been there, but hello, how are you? I'm looking forward to seeing the actual, what I presume to be Salt Lake. That's a big lake, guys. Looking at it, that's a big one. Yeah, Great Salt Lake. There you go. That's a sizable lake. It's
Lake Center, Air Shuttle 6166.
oof.
6,000.
We are going to fly over it actually. She's a big one.
Air Shuttle 6166, Salt Lake Center, roger.
I've noticed on SimBrief. Actually, hold on. Nope. Nope, forget that. At least this will be better than the Turkey flight, where there was no, we had no, we had no. It was the landing into Turkey that we did on the last flight. There was literally no glide slope, and there was no localizer, so it wasn't ILS, and it wasn't even RNAV. We had nothing. Literally had to.
November 1st to
Yeah, it was very different going into Turkey, and I'm convinced it landed us on the wrong runway, because we had to fly really low over the entire city of Adana, which I'm pretty sure in real life they wouldn't do that. Surely not. If you watch the previous flight sim stream that we did, go and check out the landing. It wasn't even RNAV. It's like landing at Gibraltar. I think Gibraltar isn't even RNAV either. So you don't get a localizer or anything. You just have to turn onto the final waypoint and kind of instruct your autopilot to do its thing. Here we go. We're making that turn. Now we will be told at some point where to descend, or I could actually call ready for descent. So our descent is, it doesn't actually have it on here for reasons unknown, but we can start descending now. We're really close to it, so I'm actually going to call ready for descent.
Goba Air 2627, ready for descent.
Gober Air 2627, descend via Carter 1 arrival.
Okay.
City Airport landing runway
Cool.
34 left. Altimeter 29907.
Nice.
Via Carter 1 arrival.
Is that the altimeter?
Airport landing runway
2997. Okay.
2997, Goba
Let
Air.
me just confirm that here. I'm not questioning it, but I'm sure you're right. 2997. See, it started descending on its own now, look. So they haven't given us an altitude to come down to, so I'm just following the script. The flight plan script. That's it. I'm just going to do what the flight plan tells me to do. All good myself. It was touch and go for a while. I seem to be okay. I had a medical issue the other day. I had to get an ambulance to come and strap machines to me. But I seem to be surviving up to now. But yeah. Too weird, man. I actually thought I wasn't going to make it. My own paranoia, probably. Frickin' scary week. Scary week, man. Do not want to go through that again. But other than that, yeah, I'm fine.
SkyWest 4721, Salt Lake Center, radar contact.
Thanks for the subscription, Crazy Who. Appreciate it. Yeah, Memphis. Did you see? I did mention it all in Discord. I let people know just in case anything happened. You know, I just needed people to know, rather than say, "Oh, where's Rusty? Where's Rusty?" Yeah, 6 foot under. So I just wanted people to know the situation. So 2997 is going to be our air pressure when we get under 18,000 feet.
Level 360.
So we should be okay.
Continue climb to flight level 360, Horizon Air 2010.
Oh, it's a lot cloudier here, isn't it? Look at this. How's visibility here, by the way? 10 statute miles. That's okay. That's classed as good visibility. So few clouds at 6,000 feet, scattered clouds at 8,000, broken clouds at 10,000, broken clouds at 23,000 feet. And it's going to get colder tonight than it said it was. -1 now. So broken clouds at 23,000, well, we'll encounter those first. We're currently at 30,000, so I guess it's not worth mentioning those, probably. Yeah, I wish being positive was a cure.
Clear direct LKT. Refill mode navigation. Horizon Air.
Yeah, my blood pressure went up to what is known as a hypertension crisis, which means medical now. So I had to call an ambulance. And my chest was giving me jip all week as well. So yeah, they had to strap me onto a ECG, do an ECG test, which turned out to be normal, surprisingly. My blood pressure was very high. And then the next day, made an appointment with the docs, went to the doctors, took my blood pressure, and it had gone all the way down. I'm still at the hypertension level, but I'm not at the level where they would put me on blood pressure tablets so they would overly worry. But it is a little bit higher than it needs to be. But they can't, it's not at a point where blood pressure tablets would be the thing. And I just didn't have a clue what was happening at the doctor's, because when he took my blood pressure and he took the reading, and it was like when I took it, it was 180 over 100, which is, once you get beyond 180, you can risk organ failure and stuff like that. And I went to the doctors and he took it, and it was 142 over 91. The maximum they want to be looking at when you're at any age is 140 over 90. So I was a couple of points over what that level is, which is not enough for them to worry about. You know, it's not a you need blood pressure tablets right now kind of scenario. And I haven't seen that kind of blood pressure from me for a long time. So I have no idea why it dropped. I can only imagine that it was high because I was stressed out, very anxious because of the pains in my chest, sensations in my chest, let's call it, which I had for a week, coupled with the high blood pressure. But once they did my ECG, I don't know, maybe it was them telling me that my ECG was okay. Maybe it calmed me down a little bit and brought my blood pressure down. I don't know. But, you know, you can imagine my scenario, guys. I'm in my house. It's just me on my own. It was very panicky situation for me. I was just waiting for a heart attack to happen, and yeah, it seems my heart's okay. They did do in June last year. I had the is it the echogram, whatever, where they put the jelly on your body, like what they do with pregnant women to see the baby. That machine, they did that on me last year in June. I think it's called an echogram or something. So that thing, and they did an ECG in June last year as well, and both of those turned out normal. So apparently if you have any like arterial clogging or anything like that, those results would pick that up, and they came back normal. Normal being like normal for my age. So they did the ECG again the other day, a couple of days ago, and that was normal again. So I guess that kind of relieved me a lot. And I don't know whether what was going on in my chest was anxiety, whether it was even related to the heart or not, I don't know. But if you go back on my channel and watch the last stream I did, which was snooker, during that stream I had to pause while I dialed the medical people. It wasn't 999, it's the non-emergency medical number, and I did that on stream. Yeah, constipation. Yeah, I haven't been for a while. I haven't been for a couple of days. Anxiety really, if it was anxiety, then yeah, big time did it change my blood pressure. Big time. It's amazing. But, you know, most of this last week, I was just kind of resting a lot. I was either gaming or I was on my bed with my laptop, you know. Wasn't really doing anything strenuous. And yet I was getting these issues with my chest and stuff. So, I still do feel it now and again, but I think I've felt it once today, so I don't know. But it's amazing. You can have a high blood pressure or high-ish blood pressure and then go to the doctors and they do tests and they tell you, okay, sir, we've done this test and this test and this test, and they're all good. They're all fine. And when you get told that, it's amazing what stress that just drips off you. It just goes away and it brings your blood pressure down. I'm having to do now, take my own blood pressure twice a day. This morning it was 150. First one was in the 40s. I've got it on my phone, hang on. So my blood pressure this morning, when I took it, on very little sleep, by the way, because I've been watching the F1, but my blood pressure this morning was, the first reading was 159/95, which is, you know, not brilliant. But then I took it again 2 minutes later, and it was 148/93. So it's a little bit higher than the 140/90 mark.
Contact Salt Lake City, approach 125.
But it certainly isn't 180/100, so I'll take that. It's the second number that counts the most, isn't it?
Have a good afternoon.
So yeah, so there's that.
Approach. Goba Air 2627, flight level 197. We have Juliet.
Yeah.
Gober Air 2627.
So I think if I just cut down salt even more in my diet, which I already have been doing, if I cut salt down even more and maybe get some exercise going,
Expect a visual approach right left. Goba Air 2627.
then I can probably bring the rest down myself to get to, because I don't exercise, guys. You know, I've got my life here as a YouTube creator, and I don't go out anywhere, so it's my lifestyle that's really stopped me exercising.
Delta 1271, Salt Lake City approach. Good afternoon. Altimeter 299.
Oh, sugar I take a lot of. Like, not in my tea, but like I eat chocolate and things like that, cake. But salt's one of the main ones. Okay, expect visual approach runway 34 left, Delta 1721, that's not us. Right, let's get the air pressure done, guys. Not instead of the blood pressure.
Delta 1675, 17,100 with the numbers.
Okay, air pressure is in.
Salt Lake City approach. Altimeter 29907, expect the visual approach runway 34 left.
Altimeter 29907, expect the visual
I do have a treadmill. I'll have to get myself back on it again.
75.
I don't know how long it's going to take to bring it down, though. But yeah, anxiety and stress up the blood pressure big time. They really do affect it. So it's nice if you get told that, you know, things like ECGs and echograms and whatever, the cardiograms, whatever, if they come back as being normal, they don't come back as being okay or good or great. It's normal, which is like it's saying, well, it's normal for your age. It makes a difference. It really does. Right, I can't see anything at the moment as we go through the cloud here. So yeah, guys, it's, and I had other reasons to worry as well, because, you know, my father died of a heart attack right in front of me when I was like 17, and he was exactly the age I am now, and he had chest pains that morning. I called him an ambulance, and we went to the hospital in the ambulance, and he died of a massive heart attack in the ambulance right in front of me. And that's not a memory I can shift, you know. That was a night I'll never forget, because I had to go and identify the body and everything. I was 17 years old. But his lifestyle was different to mine. So, you know, lifestyle choices as well. I had when I was living in Gibraltar, my cholesterol was a little bit high. It's even higher now. I'm here in UK for some reason. But when I was living in Gibraltar, any time I needed to go and see a doctor for any reason, they would, as a matter of process, they would take my blood pressure. I always went private in Gibraltar. I never went to the national health thing. It was always private. And every time, without fail, every time they took my blood pressure in Gib, the doctor would say, it's spot on, all the time. But then in Gibraltar, I used to walk to work every day, and I used to, you know, my office was like 2 floors up, so I had to go upstairs and downstairs every day, so I got enough exercise. Whereas here right now, in the UK, see, in Gibraltar the weather's warmer, so you can just go out for a walk and in a t-shirt and everything's nice and lovely and hunky. Here it's like grey and windy, and there's nowhere I'm not near a town as such, so there's nowhere for me to really go. And I've just let my fitness level drop. So yeah, I'll have to get my treadmill back working again. It is working, by the way. I don't mean like it's folded up at the moment. It's a big one as well. Got it in my front room, so I'm gonna have to get on that and exercise. Just try and drop the salt in my diet even more. The thing is, to eat, it costs more to eat well. That's the frickin' problem, isn't it? You know, like a very tiny example would be baked beans, right? If you buy Heinz baked beans, which are more expensive than the supermarket brand, you can get low salt version of Heinz baked beans, and I would choose those. But if you go for the cheaper baked beans, which are a lot cheaper than the Heinz ones, like the Asda ones, the supermarket brand, they don't do a low salt version. They don't do it. So it does cost more to eat better.
Delta 1271, turn left, heading 355, intercept the 34.
So yeah.
Descend and maintain 6,700.
Turn left, heading 3.
Right, I'm going to put my landing lights on now.
6,700. Delta 12.
Oh, okay. Is my autopilot switched off? It is. Can we get it back on again? Thank you. I didn't mean to do that. So what did I mean to do? I don't know, I came up here to do something. 10,000 feet. Seat belts. Oh yeah, landing lights. Which is this button, Rusty. There you go.
All aircraft be advised information kilo now current. Altimeter 29907.
Information kilo. I don't think we need that anymore. I think we've kind of got that sorted. Yeah. Alright, so here we go. We are now approaching the Surip waypoint, at which point the flight plan kind of stops. So the plane's holding at 11,000 here. Dunlop is 8,000, so I'm going to have to tell the plane to carry on forward. We need to get past Dunlop and then drop it down to 8,000 or above. So 8,000, yeah. Start dropping it down. I'm guessing after Syrup it's going to start descending even further on its own anyway. And it should stop at 6,100, so as long as I'm at 6.1 by the time we get to flag here. Therefore, we see where this number 20 is. It's not going to stay there for too long, but where it is now, that's probably where I'm going to tell the plane to turn round onto Dunlop.
Gober Air 2627, leave Shurip heading 160.
Yeah.
Expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 34 left.
Leave Syrup heading 160.
Leave Zurich heading 160. Expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 3 for left. Gober Air 26.
I can't leave it right now. It wants me to leave Syrup. What does that mean? Leave the Syrup heading 160.
2627, turn left, heading 160 vectors for the approach.
Well, I'm already at 164.
Heading 160, Gober Air 2627.
I don't like the approach instructions. It never gets it right for me. So the airport should be next to us. Where is it? There it is. That's where we're landing. I think it's on that one where the lights are actually.
Delta 1271, airport is at your 12 o'clock 15 miles.
So it wants me to descend and maintain to 9,000.
We have the field, Delta 1271.
Delta 1271.
Okay, so it told me to go to what? 9,000, yeah, but what was the
34 left, Delta 12.
heading 160 it wanted me on? Okay. Let's change it to 160 and click heading select, and that takes it off L now because we're now doing it a little bit more manual. So this is just to keep us in a direct parallel with the runway, I guess, with the runway heading. Yeah, so Salt Lake is just over there, the other side. And we are descending below now, so yeah, I don't like this course.
2627, turn left, heading 045, intercept the 34 left localizer.
You want me to
Heading 0 for 5, intercept the 3 for left.
see? It wants me to turn left already.
627.
If I turn left now, am I still gonna make 6,100 at flag?
Contact Salt Lake City Tower 132.6.
Oh, I don't know, lad. I don't know.
Tower 132.65, Delta 1271, see you.
I don't know. I'm gonna just.
2627, descend maintain 7,200.
Yeah, I like to ignore a lot of what they're telling me now.
627.
Delta 1675, descend maintain 8,000, altimeter 29907 vectors for the approach.
Descend maintain 8,000, altimeter 29907, Delta
It wants me to turn to 045. I think it's a bit early because that means we're going to be missing out Dunlop.
3727, 15,500 with the numbers.
Shall we?
Skywest 3727, Salt Lake City approach. Good afternoon. Altimeter 29907, expect the visual approach runway 34 left.
If I click this, then it's done. We're going to be returning.
The visual approach runway 34 left. Skywest 3727.
Okay, let's go to flaps 1. arm the brakes. Come on, speed brake. Oops. Yeah, that's right, go on. Flaps 2 and flaps 5. Drag required. I'll give you some drag. Do the turn. I don't know, I think this is a little bit too early, but sure. If it all goes wrong, guys, blame Beyond ATC, because I'm doing what Beyond ATC is telling me. So where's my flap information here? So flap 10 is for 210 knots. We're currently 170, so we can do that. So let's go flaps 10. And let's arm the approach mode as well. Why aren't we turning? Oh, we need to be on LNAV. Ha! Yeah. Okay. Okay, so flaps 25. Oh, we got 15 at 200.
27. Lead Diane heading 170, which
We'll go to flaps 15.
approach runway 34 left.
And
Leave Diane heading 170. Expect radar vectors for visual approach runway
the next flaps I'm going to go on to obviously 25 and then 30. So once we complete the turn, we'll do flaps 25. And then as we approach, as we hit flag, we'll get flaps 30 down and the wheels as well. Between flag and the runway, it's 5.8. So just before there, about 7 miles out, I want to be putting the wheels down. Yeah, see, because now the line to flag is not on that pink line, I think the plane's going to have to tilt back the other way, and it is doing that. Yeah, you see, you turn too abruptly. It's having to readjust itself now. Silly Billy. They must be the 3 runways. Where are we landing again? 34 left. Shouldn't that be left as we're looking at it? I don't know. I trust what the plane's doing. Right, approach mode. Yeah, should have armed that a little while ago, but it's fine now. So approach mode is now locked in, and we're just waiting for the localizer, which isn't there. The glide slope is coming in. Where's the localizer? It should be popping in now. I think from the right hand side, yeah?
Delta 1675.
Where is it?
75. Descend, maintain 6,700 feet.
Oh.
Descend, maintain 6,700
what am I missing here, guys? There's no localizer here. What am I missing?
Gober Air 2627. Airport is at your 12 o'clock 20 miles. Report the field in sight.
There's the glide slope. Maybe we're too far out. Are we too far out for the localizer? It's got localizer. Yeah, it must be that we're too far. I thought the localizer was intercepted from a much further distance out than, say, the than the glide slope. But yeah, I guess not. Okay, well, I'm expecting a purple diamond somewhere near the middle at some point, very soon, please.
Gober Air 2627. Salt Lake City approach.
Right, how many miles are we from the runway? 9, 14, 15. Okay, we don't need to pop in the final. Actually, we can slow the plane down a little more, even though it's a little bit soon. But let's go flaps 25.
1675. Airport is at your 10 o'clock 10 miles. Report the field.
Yeah, too early, right? Oh, is that the speed brake?
We have the field Delta 1675. 1675. Cleared visual approach runway 34 left.
Why is it beeping at me?
Cleared visual approach 34 left, Delta 16.
Oh, yeah. I know why. It's because I've gone to flaps 2.5 and I haven't put the wheels down. That's all it is.
2500.
It's fine.
Over to tower.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
5 Delta 1675.
It's just that we haven't put the wheels down yet. I'm a bit concerned about the glide slope,
11,000, we have Kilo on board.
about the localizer.
Delta 932, Salt Lake City approach. Good afternoon. Altimeter 29907, expect the visual approach runway 34 left. Altimeter 29907, expect the visual approach runway 34 left. Delta 932.
I'm not happy with this, guys. I have slowed the plane down a little bit sooner than I should have done.
Salt Lake City approach, Delta 1624. Good afternoon.
So we have approach mode armed.
1 we have Kilo.
Delta 1624, Salt Lake City approach. Altimeter 29907, expect the visual approach.
Yeah.
34 left.
So 5.8. So when this says 1.2, I'm getting the wheels down.
Visual approach runway 34 left.
Where's the diamond here? Our flight path here, look, is spot on.
Descend maintain 7,200. Altimeter 29907.
Maybe we need to go under the 6,100.
Altimeter 29907.
You know, 6,001 was the last altitude. Maybe we need to drop under that to pick it up. Because we still need to do a little kink to the right. Yeah. If we drop under 6.1 and we don't pick up the localizer, I'm going to start to wonder what the hell. Yeah, the ILS frequency, yeah, it is. It wouldn't pick up the glide slope otherwise, would it? There it is. Oh, Jesus, don't do that to me again. Yeah, it's a little to the side because obviously the wrong way is there. Alright, so let's do this. Drop the flaps down to 30 now. Got a bit of a sunset going on in the background? I don't think so, right? It's too early for that. Okay, so we've got the localizer plugged in beautifully, and the glide slope is on. Jesus, man, you're freaking me out. And the plane is now dropping below the 6,100 programmed here, because the glide slope is now bringing in the plane. This is our altitude above the ground, and this is our altitude above sea level here. Oh, God. Panicky. It looked like we were... Yeah, because I was wondering about... Because I said earlier, didn't I, about the ILS frequency that I thought I used to have to program that in manually, but then it actually was in the plane, look. 111.9, course 344, which I didn't plug into here, and I should have done. Not that it matters now.
2627. I'm going to bring you around for another try. Fly runway heading. Maintain 1.
No! No, you are not bringing me around for another try.
Affirmative. Fly runway heading. Maintain 10,001.
No, it wants me to go up and go around. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, guys. It wants me to do a go around. Why? Have we got other planes? No, I'm coming in. I'm coming in. I'm disobeying. I've never done a go around and I've not got it set up on the thing here. I wasn't prepared for that.
Salt Lake City approach.
No, we're landing. Right, what's the wind like? 12 knots, pushing on the tail a little bit to the left. Okay.
Delta 1564, Salt Lake City approach. Good afternoon. Altimeter 29907, expect the visual approach runway 34 left.
Yeah, screw that, guys. I'm coming in.
34 left. Delta 15.
I don't know why they wanted me to do a go around. There's no other traffic
Salt Lake City
around.
approach, Delta 1625, 1111,100. We have Kilo on board.
Yeah, we've got kilos on board as well.
Delta 1625, Salt Lake City approach. Good afternoon. Altimeter 2997, expect the visual approach runway 34 left.
50.
Altimeter
Oh, perfect.
7, expect the visual approach runway 34 left. Delta 1625.
We were over the threshold at exactly the right time. Reversers on. I can't even hear the frickin' reversers. I'm presuming they're on, so we have to slow this down to around 70. And then reversers can come off. They're not going to be happy that we landed. And it probably means I'm not going to get instructions on how to get to my thing, my parking spot. Right, I'm just bringing the flaps up now. Why did he ask me to do a go around? He wanted me to fly back up to 10,000 feet. Technically, yeah, I could have done it. Are we on? Nope. So I actually could have done it, but in order to do a go around, a proper one, you need to go back up, and then there's a thing you press on one of the waypoints, which I don't think it shows here anymore. You press on one of the waypoints, and then you configure a go around in here, but I wasn't ready for that. I've never been asked to do that before. Speed brake, do not arm, yeah. You don't arm the speed brake on the landing. I actually had the speed brake on
Delta 15
during that landing.
Lead Diane heading 170, expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 34.
Oh, they're not going to be happy with me, man.
Lead Diane heading
I don't think I can request.
radar vectors for visual approach
I don't think I can request a route to the gate now.
64.
Let's see what happens.
Skywest 3727, turn left, heading 055, intercept the 34 left localizer, descend and maintain...
Prepare for a go around. Does that, yeah, which is different from actually a go around, right?
5, intercept the tree 4 left localizer, descend and maintain 6,700, Skywest 3727.
Okay, we can turn the landing lights off now. Yeah, because the only options I have now is request altitude change, request.
Report the field in sight.
So you'll see when the chatter stops, you'll see the options that we have.
Skywest 3720, cleared visual approach runway 34 left.
You'll see it here in this box.
Visual approach tree 4 left.
Yeah, decided not. See, look, request approach change, altitude change. It's presuming we're still in the air.
Cobra Air 2627, request approach change.
Cobra Air 2627, roger, say approach.
Request ILS runway 3%, Cobra Air 2627.
Canada Airline just took off behind me. What's it saying? Climb and maintain 10,000. And I'm going to have to turn it off, guys. Yeah, we have to turn it off. Oh boy. What was that all about? Is that because was the approach speed too high, or the landing speed too high, One Doodle? Or was it, or did you just land like a bit hard? Yes, you may, Memphis. I wonder if I can use this to get me to a thing. Request taxi to the gates. There we go. I don't have the voices on this one. Did that come off and go back on again? Or what? It did. Frickin' handbrake. I was coming in for a perfect landing. There was no planes in the way. There was nothing on the runway. Like, if there was a plane on the runway, standing waiting to take off, on the runway, then yes, then tell me to go, to go around. But then you should have not cleared me for landing in the first place. But there was nothing there. There was no reason for me not to land at that moment. Unless, of course, the ATC guy had gone off for a Kit Kat and a cup of tea or something. A pigeon. Oh, need to be... Yeah, same. It's the same with this one, Doodle. When I'm doing the manual landing there, from 500 feet down, all my movements have to be minimal. Smooth and just small inputs. Because I think if you just do like a fast input to correct for something, then you've got to be just as quick, if not quicker, to recorrect the other way. Does sim racing count as cardio, or would it kill me? I think that's what probably started my chest off in the first place. Force feedback. Anyway, guys, welcome to Salt Lake City. There's no other planes here because we had to kill beyond ATC. But yeah, I wasn't going to let them send me around, because I would have had to fly back up to 10,000 feet, which fine, no problem. But then the legs that or the waypoints that you fly into the final approach, they would have been gone off the computer at that point. And it wasn't... Did it ask me to do a go-around? Not a go-around, what do you call it? A holding pattern. Didn't ask me to do that, did it? So was it just wanting me to go up to 10,000 feet, turn round, come down past the airport, turn round again, and then do the approach for the second time? I mean, we could have done that. That's not a big issue. I could have done that. I wasn't ready to put the plane in a holding pattern because I'm not 100% sure. I know how to do it on one of the planes, but I don't know if it's on this one or the Phoenix. Or the Airbus. I don't know. One of them is easy to do. You just click on the waypoint, and then you can just set up a holding pattern like straight away on the computer. I don't know if it's on this one or what. But they weren't asking me to hold, were they? There was a go around. Basically do it again. And I honestly didn't see the point. Okay, it did put it on. No, it switched it off again. Now, I would turn the engines off at this point, but in all that kerfuffle, I didn't put the APU on. In fact, what I'll do is, instead of putting the APU on, we can go to ground ops. request the ground power, which should pop up on here, I think, doesn't it? When it connects. Right, so ground power is on. So what we'll do now is connect that up. So power of the plane has now been transferred to that. So let's get the packs off. Actually, the bleed could have gone off quite a while ago. And we can turn the engines off. And the thing with this sim is that these boxes and the taxi lines don't disappear. I don't know why that doesn't disappear once you've arrived, but it doesn't.
The boarding requested.
This freaking light keeps coming on. Go away! Leave me alone. The plane's fine. Nope. It's not happy with something. We can turn the fuel pumps off. We don't need those. Yeah, so, okay. So that was weird.
Passengers deboarding starting.
Well, you can't. I haven't allowed you to take your seatbelts off yet. Oh yes, I have. It's on auto. Okay. Man. Those bleeds are on by default anyway. Well, frickin' well. Wow. Okay, we seem to have... The camera does seem to do this. It's weird why it does that. If I really was up for it, and who knows, I might be. But if I was up for it... Look where we are now, guys. We're in Salt Lake, and we just flew from here to... From Calgary to here, didn't we? If I was up to it, we could jump into an Airbus and fly from here to Calgary. But in the Airbus, in Flight Sim 2024. It'd be interesting to see the scenery around here, because we got a bit of snow over there. It looks like I don't know what time it is here right now, the local time. But it's like over there. It looks sunsetty almost, but it can't be. So, am I people in the jetway? Yeah, no floor on the jetway. Where are you coming from? Oh, there you are. Ooh. Let's slow this down a little. What are you up to, Letitia, looking at the wall there? Come on, everybody. Off, 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 off. Should we take a look at it in 2024? You guys up for that? It was a decent flight, wasn't it? It was alright. It was... I was going to invent a whole new word there. It was eventful-less. Eventfulness. It was not eventful. It was eventfulness. What word am I looking for? Uneventful. Jesus, uneventful. Eventfulness. Right, so take a good look at Salt Lake. This is, I don't think this is a third-party airport that I got for this. This is normal, I think. So take a good look around. We've got those mountains there. You've got the weather, the clouds as they are right now. Well, let's take a look at the exact same thing in 2024. And maybe I'll fly again. How long have we been streaming? 3 hours. I don't think the Airbus has got automatic built-in like time compression. I can't remember. This is Sydney, isn't it? Given away by the fact that the Opera House is on the right-hand side there. And Sydney Harbour Bridge, of course. What's it like working in these round buildings, those cylindrical skyscrapers? How do you hang a picture on the wall? I suppose the inside is a little bit different, right? Yeah, very eventfulness, exactly. Plantage. Right, I'm gonna launch 2024 now. If it's released all of my RAM, and we'll take a look at the difference in the graphics. Yes, a lot of eventfulness. Oh, I should have shown you guys the space shuttle, which I've got in 2020 there. Right, so flight sim's going to take a little while, so just, okay, it seems to be popping up now. Let's have a look, see if we can get it on screen. Right now I'm just looking at a black screen, which is normal. Okay, so as I see it, you'll see it. Access Steam features from the overlay. Yeah, you don't need to tell me that. Don't ask me to log in. Oh, no, why? You pieces of flippity jibbity stuff thing. Let me sign in, guys. Pick an account. Yeah, and you haven't even... Oh, it's just signed me straight in. Make up your mind. You see what I mean? Why is it asking me this? It's crazy. Too much eventfulness, I think. No music, because I wasn't focused on the sim. I had my mouse on a different monitor at the time this cinematics came up. It doesn't do the music. And you can't, like, even if you Alt-Tab around all the running apps to get back to Flight Sim, it doesn't put the music back on. So the whole process is silent. Pagan Min there from Far Cry 4. It's just because he's wearing a pink suit, and Pagan Min wore a pink suit as well. What is Salt Lake City going to look like in Flight Sim 2024? The detail on this is crazy, isn't it? And the terrain data, you know, the topology, it's accurate to within, what was it, like within a meter or something, globally. That's crazy. That's crazy that they can do that. Just get that terrain accuracy down to that level. Oh, yeah. So Rio de Janeiro, you just seen there. So we just had a world update on this sim, and it did address Brazil and areas around there, probably South America region, really. So Rio already looked pretty cool, but yeah, so its world update has addressed that area, Brazil. I think Brazil, obviously Rio is part of that, and yeah, it all got done in the world update. which I think is loaded in. Look at that shot. That's freaking, the plane looks incredible. Amazing, isn't it, that we get these graphics like this? When you, if you ever, there's a couple of videos on this on YouTube where if you look, there's a, it's like a video showing flight sims through the years. So way back from ZX81 or ZX Spectrum times up to what we have now. And honestly, even if you go back to Flight Sim X, which was two sims ago, don't even bother comparing. The only comparison you can make between Flight Sim X and Flight Sim 2020 or 2024 even more is that they've got the words Flight Simulator in the title. Because if you remember on Flight Sim X, they had a 2D and a 3D cockpit. They had a 2D flat version, didn't they? And then they had a 3D one, which you could, was it even interactive at the time? Whereas 2020 and 2024, they don't have 2D cockpits anymore. It's a fully immersive, interactive environment. It's just not like that. And they've now got the entire globe. It's absolutely crazy. So let's go to the A3. Should we fly the Phoenix 2021? Yep, CFM. I'm fine with that. I don't know what liveries I have for it though. Maybe I've got a Canada or an American one. I actually don't know. We have an American Airlines. That's CFM. So we can go American. Do we have a Canadian Indian one? We've got Delta. Let's go American Airlines. Okay, and go back. And we want to depart from K, Salt Lake City. Oh, I put L for some reason. Okay, so K, Salt Lake City. There he is. And the local time is 16:42. Okay. And it keeps forgetting to do live weather on here as well. I don't know why. I have to keep turning the frickin' thing on. Why has it gone to 6 p.m. there? Yeah, it's 16. This is the local time, and this is UTC time. This is local time. So when we landed on runway 34 left, did we exit here? I don't know where we were given there. Oh, look at that difference. All right, so let's just pick a medium gate. I always get confused when it says gate and ramp. Like, decide, is it a gate or is it a ramp? It's got quite a lot of slots, hasn't it? I don't want a parking, I want a gate. Okay, where's that? See, it doesn't show it doesn't light up the dots here either. It just puts a great big icon over it, and you've got to zoom right in. So what is it? This one? No. Right, so gate medium, go. It'll plonk me down. There I am. And then it'll just zoom in. Looks very anti-alias at the moment. Phoenix, sign into your account. Well, it's remembered who I am, so I don't need to do that. Phoenix just load in its loader. Ooh, that's not a very good airport, is it? It's not very detailed. Am I in the right spot? Oh, of course I'm walking, aren't I? Where's my feet then? Oh, okay. Oh, Oh, Jesus. Hello, plane. Oh, there you are. Yeah. I'd like to get on board, if that's fine with you. Oh, we've got one of these where it's... I don't know. I think it happens with certain liveries that the internals of the plane, the colouring here looks overly bright. So this is what the scenery looks like compared to 2020. Is it a big marked difference? I don't know. Where's that nice sunsetty orangey affair that we had on the other one? It's not here, is it? It's a horrible looking airport, by the way. I never did look at Salt Lake when we were coming down, because we did have to fly over it. So is this actual Salt Lake City itself? Oops. Is this Salt Lake City then? It would make sense that it is, right? What the hell is this thing? Yeah, it looks okay. Get above the clouds a little bit, maybe. I think my graphic settings are set fairly okay. The airport's not as nice as the one in 2020. I'm pretty sure the one in 2020 is not third party. I don't think it is. I mean, look at this though. We've got a broken jetway here. Maybe there's a Salt Lake City for this, a free one somewhere in flightsim.to, I don't know. I think this was the runway we came in on. I think so. We came in on 34 left, didn't we? Shall we have a look and see if it is that? Let's get the camera speeded up. Oh, okay, it's over here. Is this 34 left then? Because there's nothing to the left of this. Oh, 16 left. Then other way around then, I guess. Oh yeah, because the airport was on our left-hand side as we came in. I think this is center, is it? No, it's right. Oh, Jesus. Okay, then I'm getting my coordinates completely mixed up. Which way did we exit? Oh, we did exit to the right, didn't we? Yes, we did. So yeah, we came in here. And look, there's no like on the ground here. There's no wear and tear. You know where the planes land and you get all those black rubber streaks on the runway? Nothing. This is like it's just been made yesterday. So the scenery here is not great. I don't know what's gone wrong here, but it looks pretty pants actually. It does. It doesn't look good at all. This runway looks like it's a tiled kitchen floor. There's no wear and tear, dirt or anything on it at all. Absolutely nothing. The whole airport looks clean. I'm going to check if I have Salt Lake City Airport as a third party, because I can't keep up what the hell I've got. And if so, is it in this sim? Let me take a look. It's going to complain about me running this program, my add-ons blinker. Do you want to continue? Yeah, it doesn't advise running it with the flight sim running, but I'm going to do it anyway. So let's take a look. So airports. So we're looking for KSLC. Aha. Aha, guys. I do have one. So either it's not working very well on this. Is it enabled? So it's called KSLC. Let me just have a look, see if it's enabled. It can't be. I mean, it looks crap. No, it doesn't look like it. This is the 2024 community folder then, right? But it's not in my list. Okay. Let me see if I can open the folder. So, MS 2024 content, community, Salt Lake City, international. Okay, so it is in my community folder. Well, that looks pants. So hold on then. If it's in my community folder, then it should be in my list. I'm just checking through, guys. So I want to see if it's properly enabled. I can't even frickin' find it. Hold on. I'm just going to do a search. So Salt Lake City, content, airports. It is enabled. Okay. Do you know what I'm going to do then? Because this looks shite. Let's come out and we'll disable the airport. Let's just disable it, guys, and then go back in, because that looks crap. I don't know where the hell I got this airport from then, but it's really not very good. Or it's just not working with this sim. Okay, it's cancelled. So I'm just going to double check now that it's gone. It has gone. Okay. Right, so let's run the sim again and see. See if it looks different or better. Yeah, no traffic because I need to put Beyond ATC on. Beyond ATC controls all the traffic in the sim. I have it switched off in the sim because Beyond ATC injects it automatically when we run that. So yeah, it was a third-party one, but I don't know if I got a free one, because that was shite. Let's have a look now anyway. Maybe it'll look better. If it looks exactly the same now, then all I can think of is that that the third-party one that I have wasn't compatible and it didn't load in properly. That shot of that KLM is just gorgeous. The detail they have, like just that pin that was in the front of the main nose wheel there, that red, actually it was on one of the sensors, wasn't it? It was on one of the, was it on one of the pitot sensors or something? I don't know. Just the texture on that, it's actually got proper bump texture on it as well. We'll see it when it comes up again anyway. It's the shot after the KLM shot. Yeah, it's got that fabric texture on it as well. Just the water looks so good there. I haven't flown that plane yet. It does come with the sim, but I've not flown it yet. That one's cool. That one's a cool plane. Oh dear. Done the balloon. I have trouble with the balloon. Hey, crocodiles. Crocogators. Or allidiles. I don't know which one it is. Alligators, aren't they? Yeah, the hot air balloons. It's easier to fly the frickin' Boeing than the hot air balloon. Are we not going to see that thing anymore now? If I stay here, does it show it still? Get that Red Bull off my screen. Yeah, it will show it. Hello, William. How are you doing? Ah, here. So take a look at this. This next shot. One after this. Now, look. We've got texture on this pin there. It happens too quickly, though. Right, let's take a look. So we know that we're using the Airbus. We know we're going to Salt Lake. And we know that we want a medium gate. I don't know which one we had last time. Wasn't it B something? These are not in any particular order. Didn't we have a B? It doesn't really matter. Let me just pick one manual and see if go away. Just pick one manually and see if we can get it. Yeah, let's go here. We'll pick one here. These are all smalls. Sometimes to get the bigger ones, you need to be on the outside. Does this look the same? No, the airport looks different. Look, we've got all the rubber markings on it now. And when I zoom in, the building stays there. Like, didn't last time it go flat or something? Like a flat 2D image? I really can't remember. But these gate points look completely out compared to where that building is. So I don't know what's really going on here. Okay, just put me there then, whatever. I don't know what's going on. Okay, just loading up the Phoenix front end. Now Steam's just popped up. Why? Go away. Honestly. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll go into GSX. Go to reposition the aircraft. Oh. No suitable parkings at any of the gates. That's worrying. That's worrying. That tells me there's something wrong with this airport. Yeah, there's something wrong with this airport, guys. That we haven't been assigned a gate at all. Nothing. Wow. How have they not got a decent airport for Salt Lake City? Okay, so we're supposed to be hell. Wow. We need a Salt Lake City airport for this sim because clearly the default one is absolute shite. The runways look better. They've actually looked like they've had planes landing on them. Where's the left then? Left must be over here. So we landed here, rolly, 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 and then we turned off, and then we went down this way. But there's no jetways connected to any frickin' buildings. What on earth is going on here? How is it going to work if I inject aircraft into this sim now? Those mountains look nice in the background over there. This is really bad. Should we have a look, guys, and see if there's one available? Like a free one. Hold on. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, actually, let me just transition back a second. Yeah, the other one's actually been disabled completely, so it's only running the stock one now. So let's have a look. What are we looking for? Salt Lake City. Actually, instead of putting that, just put that should do it. Has anyone done a free one, I wonder? Okay, I think this is paid for. Oh, okay. Right, this is 2020. That's no good. That's static aircraft. So we have, these are all for 2020. The only 2024 entrance here is FSLTL static aircraft, which I'm not really interested in those. Okay, well, in that case, I might have to start dipping into the wallet here, guys. I don't know what's available. Let's take a look in the main menu. Oh, we don't need to, do we? We do it up here? Is this the marketplace? They do have one now in the sim. Let's go back to the main menu. And what if Calgary's really bad? Here we've got a marketplace here. I don't know how much is in here. Oh, damn it. What's this got to do? Oh, Salt Lake simulations. Category, aircraft. Oh, right. Are you telling me you don't do airports at all yet? Okay. So Salt Lake, KSLC, MSFS 2024. Is there even one out there in existence? There's one for $20. But is it for MSFS 20? No, it's not. Is that the one we already have? It's not. No, I didn't buy it from there. Oh, it is. It's the same one. Phil there. Yeah, I must have bought this already then. 15 quid. Yeah, I must have bought that already, but that's for 2020. And we've already seen what that looks like. So somebody's written, what the hell is up with Salt Lake City Airport in 2024? Yeah, I agree. I'm trying to see if anyone's got one here. If anyone's got a decent one, I'll grab it. There's a nice one here, guys, but it's I don't think it's for our sim. This product is meant for MSFS sim platform. It only mentions 2020. Now, a lot of the airports do just translate over. They do. But what happens if this one's nice, but what happens if I get this and it doesn't translate over? Then what? What if it doesn't meet up with, like we saw the map where we had the dots for all the planes going around or over the top of a building, all the parking gate dots were actually going through a building. But I've got one here, look. Let's see if I can bring this up. So this is islandsim.com. It's $26, but it's nice, got an interior and everything, but will it translate over into 2024? And because here it just mentions 2020. It doesn't even mention the other one. Most of the airports do transfer over though, but it all depends whether the gates and the jetways and everything are all working. Meant specifically for this only. That's what it says. So if it doesn't work, there's no chance they're going to be sympathetic. So let me have a look. Have a look elsewhere. MSFS 2024 KS. It'd be nice to find one if somebody's done one. Right, so somebody's done a video. Any builds A330 from Salt Lake City. Okay. Should we take a look? I'll keep the sound off. So this is a channel called XP72. So first thing I would look for is the description and see if he's got the airport, a link to it. It doesn't look like it. Okay. So what does his Salt Lake City look like? Okay. I'm not sure what this bit at the top is. Is that like the one we had? I think I just went forward. That is similar to the one we had, isn't it? The 2021. Just looking at the brown with the grey windows. Man, ours look terrible. Yeah, there's no brilliant versions, is there? What plane is this? Any builds. Any builds do some good ones. They do good aeroplanes. And here's the runway, I guess. Well, taxiways. Yeah, it's pretty pants, isn't it? It's that tiled effect thing. Let's see if he gets to the runway, if it looks weathered in or dirt or anything. There is. I wonder if he's got an app running that adds that. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So in terms of actually doing a specific one for the sim, there isn't one out there that I can see, which is a shame, because if there was a decent one I would definitely be interested. Okay, some guy is saying I have PackSim Salt Lake City installed right now, and it works great for MS 2024. Not sure if you're wondering if the rest of the terminal. So PackSim. Okay. Is that where we were before? Hold on. Right, it says I have PackSim Salt Lake City installed. I'm not sure if you're wondering if the rest of the terminal would be completed. I think it's scheduled for 2025. What's he talking about? Real life? PackSim. Okay. Let's find that. PackSim KS LC. Okay, there's a review of it here. Do you have a link? Ah, that looks similar to the one I just saw in the video. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. It's not the same as the Island Sim one. I'm trying to find it where it is. Oh, it is that one we were looking at for $25. It is. It's that same one. Yeah, it's this one. So somebody has actually said that it works okay. Right, this can't be the index. Oh, frick. Hold on, guys, please. Till I get this sorted, because I don't know why this is the index and there's nothing on it. All right, here we go. So store, flight sim, and we've got Salt Lake City, Tahoe, and Cleveland. Okay, there we go. Right. So yeah, it is this one. This is the PackSim one. Looks okay. It's the best one we've got. Shall I get it? I only wanted to get one, a decent one, because I wanted to do the flight back. So while we're in here, let's have a look at, before it gets dark on here, Calgary, which is where we took off from, and see what Calgary looks like. I don't know, again, this might be dragging the same airport that we had in 2020. I might be using that on this because I did transfer a lot over. Let's just go to heavy. And go. So it should plonk my plane in and then send me down. Yeah, the Phoenix front end has to load in every time. And it's loading up Steam again. It takes me to the Steam front page. I have no idea why. Is this the same? I'm gonna have to turn that off, you know, where it starts you outside the plane walking. Is this the, if this is the one from, this has to be the one from 2020. For sure. Yeah, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? So if the Salt Lake City one translates over like this, that will be nice. Okay. Let's see if you can put me somewhere. 51 suitable parkings. Gate 11. Small, too small, but yet this one isn't. How does that work? How are these okay at small and the other small ones are too small? Alright, take me to gate 37. Oh, we're at gate 37, you're kidding me. Are we? Does it say it on the end of the line here? Can't tell. It is, yeah, so... okay. How is this plane fitting in a small? But sure. Yeah, this looks okay, doesn't it? And this is from 2020. It's absolutely fine. You know what I'm curious about now? I can't remember how good or bad Salt Lake City looked in 2020 when we just landed. I don't think I'll do another flight though. It would have been nice if we had a Salt Lake. If we'd had a Salt Lake City, a good one from the start, I might have been tempted to fly it. Just to see what the graphics were like. We can get this thing up in the air though. It's going to freak out like crazy though. It's going to absolutely freak out. If I release the... what do they call this mode? I can't remember what they call this mode now. Yeah, but when we release it, it should be that all the engines come on and the wheels should go in and all that jazz. And it doesn't because it's a steady level plane, so we're basically gliding now. It's switching itself on. Yeah, you better be quick. Oh, wheels are out. I can't put the wheels in because there's no power to do it. You need hydraulics and stuff, and we don't have that. So I can't put the wheels in. I don't know, can we power the engines on in mid-flight? I know, I'm probably going to crash the plane in a second. The APU's not going to start. How do I get down to the... There we go.
Stall.
I can't see how it's going to start the engines. Nope. We are screwed. Can't even start the engines up here because we can't get the APU on. Because it won't switch on while it's in the air. So that's no good. We haven't got external power while we're in the air either. I'd like to stop the sound, but I can't. Where's the rat? Where do we get the rat out? Is that up here? Where's the rat button? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we don't have a button that gets us up there. There's a thing called a rat. Ah, here. Is that it? No, that's not it. I thought it said rat. I can't read. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Let me have a quick look. I'm just fucking about now, obviously. So, A321. Button for rat. There are 2 rat buttons, one on the emergency electrical power section, one in the hydraulic section. Yeah, pictures would be nice. One in the hydraulic section, one in the emergency electrical power. Hydraulic panel, okay. Deploying the rat from the hydraulic panel provides hydraulic power only. Okay. So where's the hydraulics panel? Yeah, pictures would be handy, please. Okay, so it's... Oh, rat main, there it is. Did it deploy? Has it deployed? No. Yes, it has. It's at the bottom there. There it is. The rat is out. So that should provide hydraulic power. But I don't think... Yeah, we still got the chocks on the frickin' wheels. Yeah, it's not providing hydraulic power to get the wheels in though. So, anyway, enough messing about. Yeah, the little rat is just a fan that comes out and spins with the air, and it provides sufficient hydraulic power to at least navigate the plane. Supposed to, anyway. Alright, guys, I suppose. Basic. Does basic mean easy to fly? We've got a motorized one here. Motorized. Which one would be easier? Because they're not easy. Right, so let's be in South America somewhere. If I plonk it here, it's going to put us... It's going to put us above the ground, isn't it? Does that mean it'll be pre-started? What is it doing? Oh no. Where's the thingy for putting the thingy? Where's the... I can't look around. I'm supposed to be able to look around. And I can't. It won't let me look around, guys. So the button that controls the, you know, the flames. I guess you need to do it from the ground then. I have no idea. It's easier for me to fly an Airbus than it is a hot air balloon. Because I haven't got a clue. It should be simple, right? Just release the gas and get it filled up. how do you even start? Now, can I look round, please? Thank you. Right, so these turn the gas on, but do they come pre-turned on? And the only control I have is this. And I don't know what that's doing. Is it putting flames? Or is it bringing us down? Oh, I've just turned that off. I've just turned that off. How do I ignite it again? Oh, shite, guys. Oh, brilliant. Just turned them both off now. That's just great. And we're over the water. Yep, that's just fine. So don't turn the flames off. Water picnic, anybody? Let's try this thingy mode. Oh, I know what it's called. Slew mode. Slew mode, yeah. How do you... How do you get the gas, the flames to work again? What do these do? And that red rope is attached to the balloon. It's got nothing to do with the is the one on the other side? It's attached to the balloon. I wonder if that just is for direction or something. Yeah. Instruction manual, anybody? I was trying to jump out there. So does this guide me? What is this doing to the balloon? How does it work? Oops. Yeah. Don't know. Don't know. Anyway. Alright guys, so I'm going to call it there. It was fun. We had a good flight anyway. Yeah, reasonably good flight. And that was fun in and of itself. So, see if I can grab hold of that Salt Lake City. Definitely put that in the game. So guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed some of it. All of it maybe. Bits of it. And thanks for putting up with me after the flight, just messing around. And I'll catch you on the next one. Right? Okay. Till then, bye for now.